now. Hey, folks,
Okay.
welcome back to Mega May. I'm Skybane0, and we are back with Mega Man Legends 2 Completionist, very hard mode, done by Fio. So
Hi,
it's all,
everyone.
yeah, and we also have a few guests on with us as well. Do you all want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I am Mega Alex. I'm joining in for the commentary today.
Hello, Alex. Pleasure to meet you once again.
Yes, we meet again.
Mm-hmm. We got together on 5 Islands with Princess Eve about a week ago.
Heck
That was a lot of
yeah.
fun.
We also got Leighton Puzzle with us today, but it seems like he's AFK for the moment, so we'll introduce them when we get back, when they get back. But Theo, if you're cool, we can just start a timer and get right to it.
Sure. Okay, but first let me explain. Completionist percent is basically 100% without any of the boring parts. So we clear out all the side dungeons. We do all the side quests in the game. We get the secret roll scene, get all the Flutter decoration items, develop everything in item development, open up all the chests. And as a bonus, I even uh, do all the races in Salcata just to show him off. So basically all the fun stuff without the Zenny grinding you would normally have to do for the official 100%. I figured that would do the best job of showing off the entire game. So then, we are ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, and go!
Let's go, fam.
Now, to begin with, you can use pausing to skip a lot of the voice clips in this game, and that saves just a tiny bit of time. Now, in a traditional run, you would dodge roll into these fires in and out just to skip through the flutter scenes, but that actually messes up our karma and also makes it more expensive to repair the flutter after these damages, which we'll be needing to do for a lot of our hundo definitions. So I'm going to take an extra 40 seconds to do this mission properly.
I guess it makes sense, but I had no idea you could just... I didn't know you could dodge roll through them, or I guess more importantly, I didn't know that would let you skip a bunch of it.
Oh, yes, yes. If your health gets reduced to 0 here, it's not a game over. Roll is just like, okay, Mega Man, I fixed the sprinklers, just get out of there. And then you smash cut to a scene with Data, just a smoking husk on the floor.
Oh my god!
Yep. Like, oh, we're too late.
That is really funny, though. It's okay, I fixed the sprinklers. That was an option?
Yep. And then the mission complete thing, Roll is just like, mission complete! As Data is just laying there and groaning.
Shout out to everyone wishing you luck in the chat, by the way. You got this.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm sure I do. I have been grinding like an animal to make sure I can give you the best run possible. But I also have never played in front of such a huge audience, and yeah, nerves and all that. I think I'll be fine though.
The start of another Mega Man Legends game, and we can officially clear out the little whiteboard. It has been 0 days since catastrophe has occurred on the Flutter.
Nice. And we start off flat broke because Roll sold absolutely everything to keep the Flutter alive for just an extra few months. So we're gonna need to get some spare cash from both our grandpa's room and our own room to buy some Buster parts. Or specifically, the rollerboard to get some jet skates, and also the power razor and the range booster to up our stats. Range booster isn't something that's usually bought in most serious speedruns, but I find it to be a great safety strat for the mammoth boss that we fight about 14 minutes in. It's just overall helpful for the crab battle as well. You'll see what I mean later.
Yoshin
So
is
this
saying,
is
roll the true villain. Yeah, there are a few of us who believe that.
so this is really the equivalent of rooting around through the couch cushions for loose change.
Exactly. And Alright, I'm gonna go through the menus a little slowly just to make sure that I don't screw anything up. I can be a little scatterbrained, as some of you have seen, so I'll do stuff like forget the ground crawler for the Nino Island missions and waste like 4 minutes just doing all the missions with just the homing missile. That actually happened in one of my practice runs.
Make sure you save then.
Oh, I'll do that if I feel it's necessary.
Uh-oh.
Homing missile is low-key my favorite special weapon.
Oh, for good reason. It's one of 3 explosion class weapons in this game where there's the initial big hit, but then there's like these 12 mini hits that just basically happen like 4 frames apart. The initial hit is nerfed on very hard, which normally cuts all damage in half. But those little explosions are completely unaffected. So stuff like the ground crawler, homing missile, and the hyper shell are disproportionately powerful on very hard. Speaking of which, should I talk about what the different difficulty settings are?
I think you should.
Hello?
I think that you
Hello?
should.
Okay, so anyways, there's obviously the license tests, like the A license gives some sort of weird in-between difficulty that's not quite hard mode, but it's not quite normal mode. Basically, it multiplies all enemy HPs by like 1.5 times. There's a slight boost to Zenny drops. Really, doesn't change the game by that much. Then when you get the S-Class license, which is basically the equivalent of hard mode, it significantly changes the game. Like, enemies have an average of triple HP, they do a lot more damage, they drop like 3 times more Zenny. Like, everything's totally changed. Very hard has the enemy stat buffs of hard, but it also cuts those Zenny amounts in half. So basically, you're getting, like, enemies are 6 times more durable, while you get the Zenny drops equivalent to, like, normal mode. So it's by far the toughest mode in the game. But also the most fun, because some enemies are a little too fragile on anything but very hard, in my opinion. Oh, and if you see me jumping like I'm Mario, that's because jumping is very slightly faster than running in this game. Here we have the very first guy. It gets stunned when you get the spike. So with enough stutter stepping, you can stun lock it, and maybe even get some double hits where it takes the enhanced damage from the stun without actually going into the stun animation. When I say stutter stepping, what I mean is I'm rapidly pressing the up button in order to cancel the normal lag in between the buster shots. If you get really good at it, it's like the equivalent of getting +5 rapid without investing anything into the stat, but sadly, not quite as good as like Blue Metal or Propulsius, so you take what you can get.
Now this is the only way to actually beat the S-Class license exam, right?
I mean, technically you can do it with normal shooting, but it's so helpful that it's kind of like running a marathon with a tweaked knee. It's like you can do it, but you never want to. Okay. We're gonna pick up some spare parts here. Get a broken vacuum inside this house here. And also gonna make sure to get some radar notes and beaver bot cloth from a merchant before we head off to Forbidden Island.
I'm back, everyone.
Hey,
ladies and
Layton.
gentlemen.
We are live now, just so you know.
Yeah, that's great. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
We were live before we started, right?
Well, Layton wasn't with us at the time.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. I have something to do.
Okay, so when they say you got the Reaverbot claw, it's not quite the kind of claw you would initially think of. In the Japanese version, it's like porn, basically. So you actually suffer a karma penalty when you get it. Karma, if you get low enough karma, it hikes up the prices in the junk shop. But also allows you to buy from this shady merchant way later on in the game on a desert island called Salcata. So we actually want to get our karma manipulated to just the right amount where after we destroy a statue at Salcata, we'll get the penalty we need, but not so much that we suffer price increases before that point. So there'll be some fine karma manipulation starting from Nino Island onward. Also, I equipped the Aqua Blaster there, not because I'm actually going to be using it for any damage purposes, but because when I switch to the homing missile arm for Mistron later on, I'll be able to do so without having to do extra menuing.
Oh, just because they're closer to each other?
Exactly.
And, like, got it.
Here comes the Wolf Reaverbot boss. That's fine.
Now, in the Japanese version, there's actually this skip you can do where you can clip through some geometry by doing some very precise movements, and you can skip this boss entirely, but that's not available on the English version, and, well, I'm not gonna make our viewers sit through a language they don't understand just for a trick that saves, like, less than a minute. Besides, get extra zenny this way.
Unless you don't mind, like, Japanese dub of the game. Just has
Well,
some
I
really
mean-
good voice acting.
No. We're all about entertainment here. Not that the Japanese audio isn't good, it's just I like playing things in English. Besides, I get some extra zenny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for a variation on the stutter stepping that y'all probably don't know of, it's called super stutter stepping, where if you're turning the camera while you're pressing up, you get like +6 rapid stats. It's awesome, but also sadly impractical just because you can't really dodge or anything like that. So it's really only good for like highly stationary enemies like this.
And ones that are big enough that you don't wind up turning away from actually hitting them.
Exactly. And some explosions hurt you, some don't. It's weird. Those guys don't.
Got some water in your Yeti cup.
A little bit, yeah.
Now here, we're about to destroy the Rush Mammo boss. This is one of the fights that are by far the most changed on very hard. This enemy has a stun mechanic where if you do enough damage in a short enough period of time, it gets stun locked and can't attack. It'll just like do a ground pound. But since your damage is cut in half, it takes significantly more effort, so it has way more time to launch attacks at you. And also, this trunk takes double damage if you hit it, so that's what I'm aiming for most of the fight.
So simply the trunk is the Achilles heel for this Reavabot.
Also, if it's in the right position, you can actually just dodge that shockwave without even jumping, just because of elevation.
Wow.
Also, those ice puffs look easy to dodge, and they are at first, but once you get to here, they start spreading out way more. So it's important to make sure that you don't jump until a little bit after they start launching. Otherwise, if you're in the air before the attack starts, they'll track you in the air and just hit you out of the sky. We don't want that, because you take fall damage if you don't have a helmet on, too.
Do you mind if I shout out the Kickstarter
What we got
real quick?
here is a... What?
Do you mind if I shout out the Kickstarter real quick?
Sure.
All right, thank you. So guys, in case you haven't heard, which you really should have by this point, we are hoping to put together a Mega Man-centered convention in Seattle, Washington next year in honor of the 40th anniversary of our favorite Blue Bomber. So we're pre-selling tickets for the event via the Kickstarter, and they're the cheapest there that they're ever going to be. So if you're looking to get in on the event and all the action at that event, check out the Kickstarter. We got some cool events planned for the convention, if it happens. We got the Megas on board, we got the voice actor for Ruby Spears Mega Man on board, voice actor for Fully Charged Mega Man on board, and a bunch of other, Matt Papa, formerly from Inti Creates, and just a bunch of other cool folks. And stuff is getting announced by the day. Like that's not everything has been announced yet. So more good stuff is good to come. So if I were you, I would lock in my slot right now for that event, and you can attend both in person or via the good wide internet, via a virtual badge as well, because we will be live streaming the panels and stuff at the event when we do it. So yeah, check that out if you're interested. To you, Theo.
So if you see me seemingly miss some opportunities to damage it like that, it's because it temporarily goes invincible when it gets staggered. Or oddly enough, if it goes into that butt laser attack without getting staggered, it's still vulnerable to damage. It's a little jank that way. Oh man, it had to get staggered right before it died? Sheesh. Yes, that is a fight that is very tough on your thumbs if you're not practiced at stutter shotting. Fortunately, it's kind of the only shot boss like that where you're relying so heavily on your buster. Most of our DPS from here on out is gonna come from our special weapons. Oh,
I didn't know there was like any Zinni in that plant.
oh yes. The Zenny, there's a lot of really far-flung and obscure Zenny chests here. So much so that even on retro achievements, like the guy that made the achievement set didn't even get all of them. There's like a Zenny bookcase in Salcata. There's one in Nino Island, and yeah. I think I got them all, but you can never be sure. Also, in a traditional speedrun, you would usually get the Buster unit to upgrade your Buster, but due to the fact I got the Zenny chests in that abandoned mine, I have just enough money to get an upgrade for the homing missile instead, which is much, much more potent for this upcoming Mistron fight.
My beloved homing missile.
Oh yes, it's the best. There we go, perfect amount. We're not going to do flutter repairs just yet. We're going to do that sometime after Manda Ruins, if you're curious.
Let's see if you can try to prevent any any houses being destroyed by Tron.
Yes, it's possible to do that. And while doing it in such a way that you can still technically repair one house later on to get a karma boost. But it's a little finicky to do that, so we'll see if I can manage it.
I only
Now,
recently learned that you can prevent the houses from being destroyed. I have never successfully done that.
Yep. I think I might have been the guy to discover that, too. At least I can't think of anyone else who did. One of my proudest achievements, for sure. Oh, by the way, Miss Tron is using AI to imitate Roll's voice, so let that be another warning for its misuse. And we get to just go under it because she has no arms. There we go. That's to get some damage on it without destroying it. Ah. Oh no, that's not a good spot. Oh, okay. Doesn't matter though. We got the glitch. Yeah, if she doesn't have any arms, you can easily just kind of stun lock her like this if she tries to do the machine gun attack on you. Gotta be careful not to do too much damage at once though, because just like the mammoth boss, she also has a stagger mechanic. So if she gets stunned, she's below 25% HP, she's gonna go right into this invincible spin that just goes across the entire village and levels all of the houses, and we don't want that.
So I don't think I realized this. I always assumed that it was just after they take X amount of damage, they go into their little revenge attack mode. I didn't realize that it was there's some kind of hidden meter that ticks back down if you're not doing too much damage too quickly.
Yeah, that's how the stagger mechanics work. Now, unfortunately, she belly flopped in a bad spot, so she crushed one of the houses, but we still only have to pay 1,500 zenny to repair the whole thing. But it just means we won't be able to get into that house for its zenny rewards until a little bit. Not too big of a deal, though. There's a fix for that.
It's 1 out of 4 houses saved anyway. Not.
Alright, guys. Now for something else that I think I pioneered / discovered in the
Yes.
English community anyway. Did you know that for each of these quizzes, there's only 8 variations of it for the younger students and 16 variations for both of the mayor's quizzes?
Definitely knew it because they're just all merged into one for the mayors.
That's right. So once you figured out where you are in the sequence, you just know exactly what all the answers are if you have them all written down like I do. Kind of like that Yu Yu Hakusho episode with the Game Master, if you all have ever seen that show.
I mean, it has been a minute, but I've definitely seen it.
Same basic concept here. And all of these students have 4 gifts that they can give you before they finally run out. And the mayor has something called the Zetsaber, made for the Beam Blade arm, which you can normally only get by donating 2 million zenny to her. But if you pass her 100 quest and quiz, you can get it for free.
And some of the items might be possibly used later for, just say, give it to the twins, for education purposes.
Yes, one of the items, there's 3 items you get here that can work like that, but there's another 2 that you can just sell for money. Quite a bit of it, too. In fact, I'm going to do that right after this quiz to make up for one of the houses that were blown up. So I still have all the Zenny I need for the drill arm upgrades. And then, of course, you also get a bunch of healing items from them, which help to make this run very safe, despite the fact that it's on very hard. At least, with the amount of practice I did, of course.
How often do you wind up using all of them?
Honestly, it depends on how rusty I am on that particular day. I don't think it's gonna be the case today because of how much I've been practicing, but and again, talking and playing at the same time is a little bit harder, so we'll see. Well, let's call it 50-50.
So once you do like the 100 like quiz, we'll all be quiet for you.
Yes. Latte pastry, that means it's time for the mare. Oh, okay. Lucille. Okay, I know where I'm at. This is the trickiest one because this is the only quiz where there's 2 branching paths in one of them instead of just one. Because, like, some of the question lines start with the same few questions, but then you know where you are once you're at the 8th question. This one, sometimes you don't know where you're at until... Okay, hold on a minute. Okay. Until the 6th one, so yes. Gotta concentrate now. There we go. What did you all think?
That was incredibly impressive.
Ew.
Impressive. I do kind of wish, like,
it.
what, me? I was just clapping.
Yes. Okay, and I'm gonna sell some of my Pakte items right now for some extra cash. Oh, mug and tea. Can't sell the healing items, that would be bad. And while we're on the topic, we're going to get the Buster unit so that we have an upgraded Buster for Amanda Ruins.
Man, I am really good about checking every hallway, every crack in the wall, every treasure chest in Ruins, but it's easy to forget that it's worth trying to inspect just literally everything in the overworld because it is just chock full of stuff.
Oh yeah, there is a lot in this game. A lot to remember while also trying to do it fast, so I get that.
I do kind of wish, like, if Capcom makes a Mega Man Legends Legacy collection, I wonder if they're going to replace the trivia questions with the more Capcom trivia, or just at least Mega Man trivia questions in its place. The Legacy collection.
I actually kind of prefer the historical facts thing because, well, one, it brings up some interesting questions about like how similar the Mega Man Legends world is to ours, but also because I feel like I learned something here. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
is my cursor on the screen?
It is.
Oh jeez, why didn't you say anything, guys?
We were locked in.
Oh, okay. I just blew you away with the 100 question quiz, huh?
You know, if you like that quiz, not that it's especially worth playing, but Adventure to Save the Planet has, I think, even more questions. I think it has 400 or something ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
And they are all just
brilliant.
as bananas real world things as this is.
Gotcha. So this side ruin is actually like really dangerous for where it's at in the game. And what makes it really hard in a speedrun setting is there's like 3 variations that each sub-dungeon has in the PlayStation 1 version, where the enemy layouts are just completely different depending on what you get, so it's hard to even practice for.
The cool thing about
These guys might just hit me if I... Okay, good. Yeah, like these frog guys, on very hard, they take like 16 shots from the most powerful buster you can have at this point in the game, so very hard makes the early game extremely difficult.
Some of your
Like,
close
honestly,
calls are making me so anxious.
Oh, don't worry, I got it. Ugh. Whew. Oh. By the way, fun fact, you can drill arm those walking chests to instantly vanquish him. They always give health drops, so in a casual run, they're a nice health refill.
They're called mimics, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that guy didn't do his shield when I rolled past him, but sometimes he does. And those do like 4/5 of your health and damage without any protection, so always worth being cautious with those guys. There. You gotta be careful with your timing on that guy, because if you just hold it without any timing at all, it'll hit it before it can even go into a stun animation, so it'll often clip you with one of its arms as it turns around. So I always have a slight delay when I'm drill arming its butt there.
You know, I was doing my best not to comment on the imagery. I was really struggling.
It's okay. The game kind of just hands it to you. The game devs, I don't know, some of the things they did were a little sus. Like, For example, the debug room stuff with Sarah and all that, and
Yeah.
some of the hit and roll scenes, and yeah. There's some questions you could ask. So, if you see a frog here, skate towards it to dodge it. If I had dodged to the right there, because I saw it jumping left, it would have hit me there. I can't tell you how many times I made that mistake.
That's so philosophical.
Oh, yes. Oftentimes, you meet your damage on the road you take to avoid it. All right, now we enter the dungeon. By the way, if you're wondering why I entered it the first time, that's because the mayor and all the townsfolk don't spawn until you enter it the first time, so.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, in this dungeon, you're going to notice a bit of a trend with Roll, that for however lovely she is, she can be a little bit of a nag. Like half the dialogue out of her mouth is like, wait, hold on, be careful, Mega Man. Hold up, I'm reading, brush your teeth, make sure you wear your helmet. Like, it gets really noticeable when you speedrun practice for days on end.
Are you saying that spotters are just like backseat diggers?
Not all spotters. Roll can be sometimes, as she doesn't have her parents and grandpa's away, so she's just worried is all. I don't blame her. Ooh, high spawn. Okay. So, if you get in just the right groove there, you can actually get underneath Bola there, but it's random what his elevation is, so can't rely on that always.
Such a cool character design.
I kind of wish like there was more like Bola and Claymore in Legends 2, aside from the two bosses and a few scenes of these two guys. Really interesting characters.
Come on, yes!
I mean, Legends 2 has a reasonably big cast, especially compared to the first game.
Totally.
It's a lot to juggle.
Yep, hold it, Mega Man. Don't worry, Roll. I've got this. No. And you're gonna see me blow through almost all of my drill arm energy throughout this dungeon, even with the energy upgrade that I got. So keep an eye on its ammo as I go through.
Looks like that trap can't be destroyed.
But yes, like since you don't have any shoes, you may have to rely on jumping. Otherwise,
Exactly.
you're in for a shock.
Look before you leap, Mega Man! Yes, I get it.
That was really impressive in that last room.
Mega Man.
Thanks.
Looks like the door on the floor below that was locked is open.
Don't worry, I promise I will heal my health if things get a little dicey. By the way, this and Mega Man Legends 1 has something of a unique mechanic where as long as you have even the tiniest sliver of health, you will always survive the next hit. It's only when your health is completely empty that you're in danger of dying. Also, speaking of mechanics, with Bola, if you rush into him immediately, he'll always go into that ground pound attack. Whereas, if you hang back, he'll always go into the knife throw attack for this fight here. So if you know that, you can actually phase skip him to where he only does this attack once. And we just wait for a little bit in this corner. Bull has gotten a little old, so his attacks aren't as sharp as they used to be. Now, my drill arm energy is looking a little low right now, so... Oh boy, I accidentally triggered, You see, I ran into him a little bit, so I accidentally... Yeah, darn.
Careful.
But I could have phase skipped right there if I'd hung back.
Comes the blades again.
So, watch. I'm gonna stand still, he's gonna block, and then there we go. That's what I was aiming for before then, because a drill arm ammo is looking a little low, and there's still another wall that I need to break down, so I was planning to buster him down while he was doing the knife throws.
Use that energy sparingly, sir.
Yeah. But mistakes happen.
I guess you can't really rely on like a special weapon energy drop from enemies necessarily.
No, it's RNG. I think they drop sometimes from the shield guys, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, it's never frequent enough.
Yeah. Not for a marathon setting like this.
It looks like some kind of trap was activated when that tower appeared.
Okay, so these frogs hop 3 times. Hop, 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 dodge. The second frogs hop, 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 dodge. Turn the corner, and there we go. Okay. Jump. Now, if you jump close enough, you can make the frogs jump too, so that they're not bobbing and weaving side to side. That's a safety strat here, and look! Kaizo moment! Whoa! Sucker punch if I didn't know to have the left or right buttons held. Yes,
dodge.
watch your step, brush your teeth. Make sure you comb your hair.
Ooh, speaking of hair, this rune should have like a helmet for Mega Man.
That's at the very end. And that prevents you from taking fall damage if you get hit out of the air and land at great heights.
Mm-hmm. Useful. Item, I would say. Also make Mega Man look cool.
Whoa, phased right through me because I was in the text box. Hold right here to dodge the dropping frogs.
See, I keep finding myself watching and going, oh, well, surely he's going to have to kill that thing. And then, nope.
Yep, there's a lot here. 3D games are kind of like that, where like they design all these enemies and formations for the player to fight, and they just end up skipping all of them. It's a huge problem.
What's the fun in that?
There we are. Those 2 chests are mimics. No need to worry about them. We shoot there to make them block instead of the energy sapping flamethrowers, because if they hit you, there's like this skunk gas that hangs around and drains your ammo, and we don't want that.
This is it, Mega Man.
Yes, be careful.
The key
I know.
we're looking for is probably in this room. Be careful.
Ooh, hard to get that just right. You can wait for this frog to do a ground pound if you're not confident in your dodging, but that's too RNG and inconsistent for my taste. Although it
once-
just did that, so there we
Once
go.
again,
I'll
though,
take it.
I'm over here being surprised because I was thinking to myself, oh well, surely he's gonna have to use the Buster to beat this boss.
Nope. Fun fact, the drill arm is as strong as the shining laser.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it's very close range, so you don't often get to see it. But on the bosses you do, it absolutely destroys them.
So anyway, for everyone in the stream, have you guys ever seen like the Mega Man Legends Devermentries I made on MegaManWiki.com?
I haven't, but I'm probably gonna give him a look after
Well, you-
I'm done with this. To be honest, I've just been so nervous about this the whole time that I'm like, gotta practice. Gotta make sure I take breaks.
I think you're gonna like what you're gonna see. It has
Oh,
like
I'm sure. It has what now?
has everything like almost everything of the Mega Man Legends 3 Devermentries, like from both the international as well as like Japanese. Well, Japanese entries are still at work. I didn't got all the English entries, but I got a majority of them. As
Oh.
for like, I'm also still in the works on the Bond Mecha entries. I'm up to like part 6 right now. All is left for me to do is like to add the pictures, and I'll have like 2 more pages to work on for the Bond Mecha entries.
That's nice. Yeah, I often see you posting like updates. It seems almost daily. There's a lot to unpack there, isn't it? Isn't there? Regarding the development history and ultimate cancellation of Legends 3. Honestly, that's another reason why I never look at them, because then I kind of get a little sad because I see passion and it's just like, man, you guys had to let this go to waste. Ugh. Now, instead of recharging the energy canteen, you can buy an upgrade, and that'll refill it automatically. And it also makes it so that it heals 6 units of health. So if I never upgrade my health, I can spend 5 out of 6 units getting a full refill, and then if my health gets empty again, I can use the energy canteen a second time so I can survive another hit.
Oh,
Even if...
using that like second chance mechanic.
Exactly, like in Kingdom Hearts.
That is exactly what it made me think of.
Yeah. Which is another game I love, by the way. Very good chance I'm going to fixate on that after I've done everything I can with Legends.
A man of good taste.
You're too kind. There you go. Okay.
At least the robots are like nice and kind enough to like simply say to Mega Man, take your time. We'll be waiting for you.
Yes, indeed. Ground Crawler, probably the best special weapon in the entire series, just for the obscene amount of damage it does for so little of a price tag. Oh shoot, I forgot to sell that refractor. Okay, no, this is fine. Anyways, I upgrade the ground crawler a lot more than a typical speedrun does, because the extra rapid and range helps you to do some very cool safety strats that wouldn't otherwise be possible. The padded armor Omega has this neat hidden knockback mechanic, in addition to just making you more resistant to getting knocked down, which I'm going to show off in the 3rd Nino mission. Suffice it to say, no matter how weak your special weapons or buster parts are, once I show this strat off, you will never struggle with Nino Island ever again. Not even on very hard. now is kind of the bathroom break, because very little goes on for an extended period of time, so. Perfect place to adjust your back, get some water, go to the bathroom, all of that. Or check out the odd perspective issues. Look at that.
Also, I also did some NeoDev entries as well. Like, and unfortunately, it's not going to be on MegaManWiki.com because it's not official, but it's on FandomWiki.org, another independent like site. Look out.
And once she says keep going, Mega Man, just hop onto the Switch and you're good to go.
Going, Mega Man.
That birdbot piloting that mech has to be so frustrated.
It's hilarious. Alright, now we're gonna do some more karma shenanigans right here. I want myself to have like negative 12,500 karma points, and getting that Reaverbot claw from the merchant dropped me 1,500. This will drop me another 10,000. Look at how I turned darker there.
Yo, Dylan, thank you for the
Whoa!
bits. Hey, appreciate you, man.
I'm
Thanks
alright.
for coming on and
There's a
cheering on
floor
the
underneath of
run.
me. I'm alright. That's the guy you just threw.
Yep. Now, the other reason I had to throw him is because you also lose a little bit of karma for each cannon that's destroyed here and in Nino 1, even if you aren't the one who personally dealt the final blow to them. Now, that guy's on fire. If Johnny were still around, he'd put out the fire, and we don't want that. We want at least 2 turrets, maybe just 1, but 2 works too, to be destroyed to put our karma in the right place.
Yeah, but he's gone the way of that baby penguin from Super Mario 64.
Mm-hmm. And those guys are gonna go for the turrets, I think. Third wave will go for the door. Fourth wave will go for the turret. And then from there, yeah.
Yo, Dylan saying shoutouts to 20X Expo, Mega Man, and the commentators for making this event possible. Yeah, shoutouts to everyone involved. Guys, we are currently a little over 60% of the way there towards our goal. There are currently 202 backers. Guys, we can only make this convention happen with your help. So please check out the Kickstarter. Let your friends and family and anyone else you know who likes Legends know about this cool event, and try to get them on board. You know, it's a really neat thing that is happening here. A little bit of Mega Man history, dare I say. So yeah, check it out. It's really, really cool. Also, hello, Dylan. Shoutouts, man. Thanks for always supporting the runners, supporting the whole community. Appreciate you, man.
There we go. Now, I'm gonna show a little something off that, again, you wouldn't normally see in a speedrun on this one here. Now, normally we would just crush this next mini-boss entirely by hitting it in a specific way to where you hit like 3 hitboxes at the same time, bypass a bunch of iframes, do triple damage, all that. But check this out. That wasn't... You'll see what I mean. So, here we are.
Yo, Dylan, thank you again for the cheers. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you for the bits.
Don't worry, guys. Johnny is just fine. He lives. Like, he actually does live. That's not a joke. Stand right here.
You're gonna save that ship. Oh well.
I was just
Now,
fascinated.
let's see what padded Omega armor does. Oop. There's certain enemy types where it makes you completely immune to contact damage and pushes them back.
Oh
So
God!
if you stand in this exact spot, you've completely stun-locked the enemy. It can't do a thing.
It's a bloodbath.
There you go. There you are. So it also works on those Horoko dolls, and it's part of the reason why you can infinitely farm on flaming Horokos in Elysium. So, neat little mechanic that the game never tells you about in regards to the Omega type armors. And we're just gonna chill out in this corner here. I mean, I'll take care of the ones on this side, but after that, tapped out. Just so tired. I've been playing for an hour, yo. And no, if I were to destroy those ships, even if I could, they just respawn more, so there's no way to get rid of all the enemies here.
So it's really just a battle of attrition.
Exactly.
How many bird bots does Glide have? I know that the Bonds have like 40 or 41 surf bots. What's your theory of how many bird bots are there?
Thank you, because I don't think it's disclosed, is it? I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't think it says anywhere. I've wondered that, though. Also, I don't think...
Right, says Roll's worried.
I
Lock
don't
on, dodge roll to avoid the sucker punch, and we're good.
The Sentai bird bots.
Alright, yep, nope. I'm trying to get some ground crawler shots on it. But, yeah.
You can do that?
I can't hear the sound very well, so my timing's a little off regarding that. There we go.
Dang, you sure can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I would have even thought to have tried using a weapon called the ground crawler against an aerial enemy.
We speedrunners are a inventive sort.
As long as the airship is like low enough for the ground bomb can work.
There you go.
Do some maximum. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Always get a little turned around here. Gonna talk to this elder to get the go-ahead to go to Calbania Island to knock out the Birdbot Fortress. And while we're here, we're gonna sell that refractor I forgot about to get some upgrades for the missile arm. Because this next section of the game, it's more optimal in a speed setting to have the homing missiles instead of the ground crawler, although ground crawler makes the harder parts easier, but oh well.
Oh, be sure to get those like Hydra shoes later, especially for the ruins soon.
Oh no, I already developed them.
Ah, good.
Yeah. I did that while I was upgrading the ground crawler. Speaking of upgrades, for the homing missiles, I think this is something of a safety strat for any percent runs that I can get away with just because I have so much more extra Zenny than usual, but I'm gonna upgrade the range so I can hit things easier. And I'm also gonna upgrade the special you increase its homing capabilities. The special stat, the way it actually affects different weapons is different for all of them. Like for some of them, for like the Spread Buster, it makes it fire 5 shots at once instead of 3. For the Crusher, it makes its gravity well type attack stay on longer. For the homing missiles, it helps it track things better.
How much of a difference does it make? I mean, I think the thing I'm most interested in is the homing missiles, but I think in general, like how worth it is that stat to improve?
It kind of depends on the weapon. Like, for example, the Crusher, very worth it. For the homing missiles, it's worth just 1 upgrade, because if you don't upgrade the special at all, it has barely any tracking on it at all. And then for other weapons... Okay, so for like the vacuum arm, it helps its suction speed, so it's worth it if you're grinding a lot.
Ouch.
Like, it just kind of is a case-by-case basis thing. Well, I think we got the good pattern here. Well, the decent pattern, it looks like.
Here's a question for this island. What do you think the twins are doing while, like, a Sue is like at the home during the Rockman Dash 2 demo? Like, you know, like the one with the guy collecting pigs, and well, the hilarious ending, the one with Mega Man kisses a pig.
I think the blue guy's gone. How we gonna rescue Shu? I guess we wait, or like something? You hunt some pigs? It's probably something like that.
I was wondering what the two are doing while, like, I mean, we're talking about the Japanese, like, demo.
That was uncanny, by the way.
Thank you. A very weird room. The sub-dungeons always felt to me like they were kind of added in at the last minute, because like they're all like straight hallways, strangely empty rooms sometimes, reused bosses. It's fine, but
I mean,
it's always a little bit of a letdown when you're coming from Legends 1 and it's expansive labyrinth
I don't
that you
mind
gradually
so much
unveil.
I don't mind so much the reused bosses when you consider that they are optional and totally missable. It would be cool if they were maybe reused bosses, but they had like slightly different mechanics. Like maybe they had I don't know, like an attack that works a little bit different or something.
Yeah, that would be cool, but alas. I think Legends 2, like, it's a mostly complete game, but there are certain moments where you see areas they would have refined if they'd had more time, especially towards the second half of the game, but of course they nailed all the important stuff. Speaking of nailing, guess what? The homing missiles can actually knock down and damage those guys, and like no other weapon can do that. It's weird. Oh man, I went into the wrong room. Again, it's hard to keep your bearings with these sub-dungeons because the enemy formations themselves are different.
For Legends 2, I think for me, I just can't get over how tight the gameplay feels.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
It really is. People love to goof on Legends for the tank controls, which I think even in Legends 1 and Misadventures of Tron Bonnet, it's still very, very fun, very playable, very enjoyable. But I think Legends 2, like, I earnestly don't think that there's anything to complain about with the controls in Legends 2. They feel so good to me.
Absolutely. Like, biggest criticism maybe is that it's sometimes hard to get the lock on to get onto the right enemy, but that's a very, like, honestly, I think that makes it more interesting in some ways, so I'm not even counting that as a complaint. Although, there is one moment in the final boss, like the very, very final boss, where I want to avoid using it as much as possible because one of her vocal cries are on the same audio track as the sort of blip, blip, blip sound that the lock-on does. So it can actually drown out some of her cries, which makes it harder to predict her attacks. I think that was fixed on PSP, but
That is so specific. Like it's
yeah, I know.
like it occurs on the same like audio channel.
Exactly.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Especially, I forget, I feel like I looked it up once, and I feel like the PS1 supports kind of a lot of simultaneous audio tracks.
Like, it does. Like it's not a problem anywhere else in the game, just in that one specific boss fight.
I guess I'm trying to think because they probably have, like, most of Mega Man's audio is almost certainly has specific audio tracks it's assigned to, like things that would never play over each other are probably things that happen in the same audio track, but the sound of him locking on probably couldn't be grouped with anything else because that could play over almost anything else.
Free health, always good to have. And you always want to get behind this tank because it's bullets are otherwise very hard to dodge. It tracks in on you very well. There we go. Now the hard part is over. We're just dealing with a bunch of stationary foes at this point. Go. Ouch.
They're just really throwing themselves into harm's way there.
Oh yeah. Well, they're kids. Get over there. Oh, you run away from me. Come on. That's partially to make him freeze, but also partially to get my karma in the right spot. Because there's a very slight karma penalty for shooting them. Not too bad, but
shooting children is slightly frowned upon.
Yeah. It's about on the same level as shooting those blue fish in the underwater ruins, or picking those pigs, you know? Go. Very polite of them to let you leave whenever you want.
And Data's nice enough to be there for refresh on your health and weapons.
Now you have to be careful not to shoot those 4 flying ships down before you shoot the stationary ships, because otherwise those stationary ships will fly up to replenish their ranks. And this is why we didn't go with the ground crawler, because it absolutely stinks at dealing with these things. You just lose way too much time. Even though it makes the hardest parts easier.
I always wonder what that tilted tower, though, in the middle of the Glide's fortress supposed to be. Is it one of those those stations that bring those 10,000 Reaverbot workers onto the island to do their wipe out the carbons?
I don't know. It does look. I mean, it's definitely ancient technology. It's got like the big circuits on it.
I don't know. What if it could be like one of those Eden stations itself?
There we go.
Crashed.
Do you see a key
Excuse me,
anywhere?
I think that's a door.
Be able to open the gate with it.
Go. Ouch. Also, it's way better than the ground crawler for these guys.
Oh yeah, I would bet.
Trying to conserve my ammo a little bit, but I think I'm gonna need the, Oh man, I didn't buy the hyper cartridge? Sheesh. Okay, that just means I'm gonna refill with data. Loses a tiny bit of time, but worth it. Yeah, I was supposed to get a hyper cartridge at the junk shop. 2000 Zenny refills the blue section of your special weapon gauge. And also a special medicine bottle, which heals you of status ailments. But I'll just do it the next shopping trip. It's no big deal. Oh,
So you're not even max bad karma right now, are you?
not quite. That won't come until I destroy the statue. By the way, did I get the fried chicken and accessory pack? Let me see.
You did. You did.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good. Gotta be paranoid about these things. There we go. Gotta get those guys down before I do this next strat. I think you'll love this.
I would never dream of
You
missing
through the
out on
walls?
fried chicken.
Absolutely.
What?
There we go. Nice safety strat.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well,
Taking advantage of
this
the glitch.
section of the game is just so hard. You gotta use all the advantages you can get.
Did you
Thank
find
you, Roll.
something to climb on?
I don't know why I love this area so much.
So dynamic.
The
got
the
the-
way it's laid out like a grid, it almost reminds me of like a Bomberman level or something.
Yeah. Like me personally, it's also an excellent showcase of the game's dynamic music where like there's like 5 variations of a single melody depending on where exactly you are. I'm just such a fan of stuff like that.
This game's got a really, really long track list.
Yes. There you go. Ugh. There.
I think there's even a few tracks that we technically don't have like clean versions of because they only exist as pre-recorded with dialogue playing over them.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the glide cutscene songs is like that, and the really pretty sad version of the Flutters theme that plays in one of the opening cutscenes. That one is also like that as well. That one I really wish we had a clean version of that one. I think it sounds really nice.
One the Roll is talking to Mega Man about
Yeah.
how it's painful.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
that
get the
one.
repairs while we're thinking of that. And we're also gonna use the Hyper Shell, or Buster Cannon, which is normally completely useless on very hard, except for this one specific section. Like, I
Yeah,
honestly
fires.
didn't even need to switch to it. I'm just kind of showing it off for entertainment's sake. You'll see why.
just like the Nino, like like the tower. There's some areas like the Glide's Fortress you can't be accessible after you save like Sue, which is a shame.
Do exactly 3 shots. If you try to do a 4th one, you'll accidentally bump into the parabola, which you're trying to protect. And this is another fight that's significantly harder on very hard, because it suddenly takes a good long while to destroy each of these missiles. Fortunately, the Buster Cannon is just strong enough to one-shot each of these, even with halved damage.
Does bumping into the parabola hurt you or the parabola?
Parabola.
Parabola.
Yeah. And if she takes enough damage, the parabola will burst into flames, and the repairs will go much, much slower.
That's simply
There you
it's time for roll.
I don't think I realized how fast the the active buster shoots.
Yeah, it's nice.
Bye-bye,
It's just
Glide.
that it doesn't actually do a lot of damage, which is unfortunate, but on normal mode, it can one-shot a lot of the flying Drox that the bird bots use. Okay, medicine bottle, hyper cartridge.
I do have to shout out Glide. I love him so much.
Oh yeah, he's one of my favorite characters in this game. Not quite in Misadventures, he's a little too zesty in that game, but here he's kind of grown up a little bit since he has to take charge of Loath's operation, so he's got the right amount of spice in this one, I'd say.
I think there's actually a black and white picture of Loath behind him in his ship in one of the cutscenes.
Uh-huh.
So like I don't know if it's just an Easter egg or if it's this implication that Loath has died or something.
Oh.
I always still think he's more like he's still in prison in like Ryship Island and from Misadventure of Trombone. That's my canon.
So here we also see why it was okay for me to get the Buster Cannon, because I have to go back to develop the adapter plug anyway, because I'm gonna do a no damage strategy for the jellyfish bosses, just to show them off, because normally the strat is you kind of damage boost through them with stun mechanics, rail arm stuff, and it's all very technical and messy. Like, it's definitely not the intended way of beating them, so for entertainment's sake, I'll beat them a more traditional way, and that will require the adapter plug for the strongest buster I can manage at this point. Yep. Also,
this winds
note...
up being, I was gonna say, and this winds up being a balancing act of not just being full on attack because you want enough rapid to be able to do enough damage quickly enough.
Exactly.
How much does energy play into this?
Almost nothing. You see, all energy does in this game is dictate how many shots can be at the screen at once. But the problem with that is that if you're on sufficient range and you're blasting down like a big enemy, all the shots are disappearing pretty quickly anyway. So it doesn't really actually do anything unless you're shooting an enemy from very far away, which you almost never want to do because you want to be pumping power to blast down enemies as fast as possible, especially since your damage scales exponentially in this game. So it's 8 damage at first at base, then it's 10 with +1, 12 with +2, then like 16 with +3, 20 with +4, 24 with +5, and 32, then 40 at max attack. So it's crazy how much bang for your buck you get from the power stat. And with the stutter stepping trick, you don't really need rapid until very late in the game either. So it just kind of ends up being where the only stat you actually need to pump most of the time is power.
People say the Nino ruins are the hardest in this game. Well, I simply say the S class, like bigger license, simply says "Hold my beer." My eyes.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
That moment when you're a kid and you're like, I can do the max level digger's license. I'm really good at this, and then you just get your pride handed to you.
Although it's probably for the best that they locked it off, that they made it so hard to get it, because like, how many little kids do you think want to be staring down that mammoth with a health bar bigger than Sarah's? I know I wouldn't have.
Yeah, it was for our own good.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the track here. The music in this ruin just goes so hard.
It does. It's one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite dungeons in the series, despite some controversial underwater stuff.
I love that. I
See
love
what
how
I mean.
diplomatic you put that.
I always see like it feels like it gives you like the feel like you're like trying to run in a swimming pool type vibe. That's how it feels like in the ruins. That's just
I'm
me.
sure that's what they're going for.
It's just that we'll talk about it when we get there, but suffice it to say, I have words on the subject.
Well, and it's not like it's necessary slowdown. It's done in code, and it's my understanding is you can bypass it with game chart codes.
You can. So for what we're talking about, for you, the audience, this game typically runs at 30 frames per second, but to get the wave effect right when the rooms are flooded, the game devs decrease everything to 20 frames per second, so you only move at 2/3 of the speed. So that can be really hard to deal with. And in addition, the physics are a little different. So the jet skates, for example, go from nice but not necessary to basically mandatory if you want to move at any kind of decent speed at all. Like, this is how fast you run normally. All right,
Ellie.
moment of silence. Let's see if I can get the trick.
Now that this area is filled with water.
One,
Since things are
2.
lighter in water, you can pick up things you weren't able to before.
Yes! Ooh. That is so hard to do.
What did you just do? Oh, this? Wow.
What?
Yeah, if you get that just right, you'll confuse the game and it'll think you're standing in midair.
Amazing.
It's as unhappy with the physics here as we are.
Yep.
Yeah, the physical Japanese PSP version doesn't have slowdown here, and I haven't done it. I've got the codes. I have a Game Shark, but my understanding is you can turn the slowdown here off with codes.
You can. There's even a patch for it on like romhacking.net and all that.
I keep doubting you. I keep watching you just jet skate head first, barely dodging all these Reaver bots, and I am just positive that you are gonna eat it, and you keep surprising me.
That's practice makes perfect. By the way, you all can hear me just fine, right?
Mhm.
Nice.
Whatever happened to Skybane?
It's actually one of the reasons why I absolutely love running this game. Like, it makes you feel so cool when you pull all this stuff off.
I'm still here. I'm just letting you guys talk.
So, we're gonna drain the water so we can get an interesting jellyfish boss fight. It's slightly faster to beat the jellyfish when the room is dry versus when it's wet, due to the whole 20 frames per second thing. And also it lets me pick up this treasure chest a bit faster as well. Ouch. See, that one, it's just kind of behind a corner, so hard to dodge that one. There. There you go.
It heard me giving you praise.
Yes, it did. Mega Man Legends 2, it has a habit of putting me in my place sometimes. Or Leighton can attest to that in our practice stream yesterday.
Yes. We all were able to get up till Glide Space, and everything just went downhill.
Yeah. That is the tombstone of many a prospective speed run. Okay, let's get our Buster parts on.
My headcanon for all these times where Roll is starting to say something, but she gets cut off because you're speedrunning, is she like sees on her display that you're about to go into a trap or there's an enemy or something, and she starts to tell you about it, but then she sees you have just zoomed right past it.
Like, oh, okay.
She's just quietly giving up. Oh, Mega Man, look out for the... Never mind.
So funny.
Well, the jellyfish don't look beautiful out without the water.
She kind of does it out of habit at this point. Like, it's kind of the same thing to where, like, where in 5 Islands and in Legends 2, she offers to go with you into the dangerous ruins and islands, and Mega Man has to be like, no, you kind of get in my way. Like, oh, okay.
I do like that
Like,
she
he doesn't
does
quite
still
say
just
it
do
like
that
that,
a bunch.
but...
I do like that she does still just do that a bunch in 5 Islands anyways. Or I don't know if I like it. It does make me laugh. It does amuse me.
Yeah. Well, these things always sort of go a little past you, then circle around to hit you in the back, so if you're more diligent about being close to the wall than I was when I got hit, you can just sort of make these things splat against the wall and easily dodge them that way, but I got a little carried away.
You were keeping track of them really well.
Yeah,
though.
you're kind of doing figure 8 when a Buster only strategy for these bosses. Like, it looks like a bullet hell, but it's actually not that bad. And fun fact, if you're going through retro achievements and you're trying to get a no damage fight on this boss, you can actually respawn all of these guys by leaving the room. Yes, you can actually leave the room before you KO these guys. Going up a floor, then going back down, re-entering this room, and you get another shot at them.
More Zinni out of this?
And they're just not giving you enough time to stand in front of them and use the drill arm.
Oh no, it does. It's just a matter of range.
I need to spare that, that drill energy for the final boss fight, if you know what I mean.
I'm reading what looks like a key, Mega Man. Do you see it?
Okay, now to re-raise the water level.
That's how useful Roll gets to be in the ruins. She gets to point out an item that just dropped that is right in front of you.
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, it's not like she can do much else from where she's at.
I do always enjoy the dialogue between them when I am actually playing through the game. Especially all the little bits of like world lore here and there, their history. And I don't know, like it's somewhat comforting. You know, there's not another character tagging along with him actually in the ruins, but it does feel nice having her there just being supportive.
Yeah. Even if all she's doing is reading, it's always nice to hear her soothing voice. Which I think it helps with the charm of her character too. It's just like, I think Tracy Ryan, she does such a good job voicing Roll.
She does.
Like, really, the voice cast for this game in general is just incredible. Especially for the era this was in, back when Capcom was still dubbing other games like X4 in Japan. Like, they were too cheap to even hire a dedicated dubbing studio.
And so for the Legends games, like they have like sound like really good voice acting. Like for at least for Saturday morning type cartoon or anime, like you see in that back in that day.
Yeah, I feel like the Legends games, like the characters, the look, and the sound, these feel like characters and cutscenes and interactions that could come right out of a 90s anime, and I love that.
Hey guys, real quick, I gotta head out now. Nerd Dad should be in here shortly to pick up my hosting duties, so give him a good welcome when he comes in. But for me, I gotta split for the time being. Gotta make like a banana and split, as they say. So, good luck with the run, folks, and I hope you all have
All right.
Great chatting with you.
Yep. See you
You
around the
as
block.
well. No, that's not what the line was. It says, do you see anything you could use to stand on? Do another take there. There we are. Okay, to dodge this guy, do not go left, go right. It sort of starts its attack to the left, so if you go left, it'll hit you with those flame bubbles. Yep. See those blue fish? If you shoot them, you lose 500 karma.
What?
Regular fish?
Yeah, totally. The
Didn't know
same that you lose for shooting the kids on Calbania.
Plus you wanna-
Fortunately, yeah.
Sorry, Ed, continue.
Fortunately, they're very good at dodging. They'll kind of speed out of the way if you try to shoot them. But you can hit them, and you'll suffer karma loss if you do.
Unless you're like hungry for fish.
Well, too bad. You should have enjoyed the fried chicken that you got from the base.
That chicken is delicious.
By the way, did someone mention that Blue Metal would join us at some point?
Yeah, I remember like
I don't remember if Blue Metal would be joining us, but it does look like Nerd Dad is in the chat. Or is in the room with us.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just snuck in the back door, don't mind me.
Hello.
Hello there.
How is Mega Man Legends 2 going? I hope it is going very well. Chat,
It's
are you
going
having a good
very
time with
well.
this run? I heard
I
we
have
can't
not
get
died.
we can't have fish for dinner. That's a shame. I like fish.
Yeah, you're a bad person if you do that.
Ah.
Don't do that.
I guess I'm a bad
Well,
You'll
at
person.
least in
make
the
your
Legends,
skin
It would-
black.
According to Mega Man Legends 2, be just as bad as eating children, so...
Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive. It's outrageous.
All right, so when we enter this room, Roll says that it's not going to attack me, but if you watch one of my practice runs, it actually is possible to get damaged by it if you jump into it wrong. No, it's not giant, it's more medium-sized.
There's a giant reaper box
I guess
in
our
the middle of that
scanners
room.
are off.
Huh? It doesn't look like it's going to attack you, though. Hey,
Great idea.
I've got an idea. Why
I always
don't you
liked the
jump
idea
into that reaver bot's
of there
back?
being a Reaverbot or some Reaverbots that are just non-aggressive.
Okay,
Just true.
good.
I also remember there's like some few robots that actually would give you Zinni right in front of you. Makes you wonder, since Mega Man happens to be a purifier unit, makes you wonder like those robots actually identify him. See, they see he's like familiar to them or not.
Maybe.
On my scanner, I can see what looks like a key on top of it. Can you see it?
Like much in the later ruins, you'll see like some robots will come at you and not to attack you, but just like spit out Zinni right in front of you, like
Those are called the anger bots. Oh, hi,
Really?
Data. What's up? Yeah.
My only downside about this Neo ruins is that I wish there were more like long, very long jumps, like aside from this one you had dealt with. There's Claymore.
That's like the one attack that could possibly get me. But oh well, we're good. Now, you all gotta be very forgiving of Claymore. He's a little old, though his
has a
eyesight
bad
isn't what
back.
it used to be.
He's got a bad back.
His
Yeah.
back acts like a turret. Not bad
Yeah,
for
if
an
I
old man.
wanted to, I could do that for both versions of the fight, but the second time we fight him, I'm gonna do it Buster only. Just give him a chance, you know what I mean? Like, there's 3 bosses, including him, that I'm gonna do Buster only, just so they can actually show off some of their attacks instead of being flattened in 8 seconds. Just for entertainment's sake.
Giving him a fighting chance.
Yeah. It'll make things a little more exciting for the viewers back home. Yep.
Those who are watching the stream right now, my name is like Layton Puzzle 27, aka John. I'm happy to be like a user on Mega Man Wiki who does like some Mega Man Legends 3 Devermentary pages.
Go ahead and check those out if you're interested. I'll be glad you did.
A nice little like piece of history like being preserved. Also,
I do like to read through those. I have read through a bunch of them before.
I'm still on I'm almost done with part 6 on the Bon Mecha, like on the Japanese Devermentaries. It's just all that's left is to add some pictures and part 6 will be done. And I'll simply would do the final 2 parts of the 8 series of Bon Mecha entries.
Now here I could have gotten this earlier, but I wanted to wait until the water was drained so I could save a tiny bit of time there. Don't worry about those passages. They don't contain anything. Believe me, that has tripped me up once or twice.
So, one thing that I do like about Mega Man's design in this, and it's kind of the drill arm is what's making it stand out, but it's true even when you don't have the drill arm. The little backpack that they add onto his character model in Mega Man Legends 2, I really like the backpack, and I think it's more than just, we have to give a new outfit for the second game so that we can, make new toys for it or whatever. I see it, and it feels very much to me like intentional character design, especially on older systems like this. It can be very easy to lose track of your character on a screen, especially a character in this case that is mostly one color, especially if you're in an area that's mostly that same color. And his backpack, of course, is orange. It is the contrasting color to blue. It's on the opposite side of the color wheel. So no matter what kind of environment you're in, you're pretty much guaranteed for one of those to still be able to easily stand out and help you always keep track of where he is, even if it's dark and mostly blue area. That I see things like that, and that feels like such a small thing. That feels like such good character model design to me. I really love that.
I was going to say, in this game, it really looks like they tried to make him look older, like time had passed, because he looks taller and like more slender.
Yes.
Whereas in Mega Man Legends 1, not that he was like chunky, but he definitely had that more like square body design like classic Mega Man has. And in this one, he has a bit more of that taller, almost Mega Man X design. Like he looks taller, looks older, like a Mega Man, is maybe like a young teenage kid, like 13, 14, whereas X is like, 20, 21, 22 age approximation, right? And so Legends 2 design, he looks notably different compared to the 1 design. And then, yeah, like you said, the orange backpack on the back, I think is a really good
interesting thing about Claymore, if you get directly behind him, he's almost never going to use... there's a lot of more dangerous attacks like the Destructo Disc that he's not going to use. He also fires slightly differently if you're behind him versus if you're in front. If you're in front of him, he'll sometimes do this things where he shoots where you're going to be instead of where you're at. Like he shoots ahead of where you're running. He doesn't do that if you're directly behind him. So if you're trying to do this damage list, you'll always want to be behind him. Ugh. Good thing for me, I dropped the whole damage list thing before starting the marathon, so there you go.
You called his one attack the Destructo Disc, and that did immediately make me look at all of his other attacks, like Dragon Ball Z attacks, and he really is ripping off a bunch of them.
I love the Destructo Disc. It's so cool.
I have a question for you, for everyone on this chat. Has anyone, like during the Mega Man Legends 3 Deverman contest, have you guys ever entered any of the Deverman trees in contest or not?
I don't recall. I know I voted on stuff. I don't remember if I entered anything. It was so long ago. I don't think I did. I know I voted on stuff.
Yeah, I have not, no.
Okay, so Nino Ruins is now behind us. We have now officially completed the first half of the game, I would say. We'll now enter the second half where things get a little interesting regarding enemy balancing and all that. My theory has always been that they intended for you to play the first half of the game with the A license and the second half with the S license, because enemy hit point totals don't really increase all that much as you go through the game, even though the amount of damage you can do increases dramatically. Like here, the best you can do is like 20 damage with your buster shots. But after this, it jumps up to 40 because you can max out your attack rating. You have the adapter plug, and you can also get a lot of rapid. So you just slay enemies a lot faster in the second half than in the first half. So I've always thought that the first half, they assumed you were on a lower difficulty, and then the second half, they thought you would bump it all the way up to S in order to enter the Salcata ruins. What do you all think about that?
I don't know. This feels like at least some of it is just, this is a hard system to balance. You've got different difficulty settings, and then kind of like you were explaining earlier, you're layering on top of that the different possible digger licenses that you might have. And then on top of that, you also could be coming in with very different loadouts of your buster parts and very different levels of strength in your special weapons, depending on how much you've decided to grind things out. So like, I've thought about this before. I'm like, man, I don't know how they would guess really even where you're at this point.
Okay, hold on a minute. I have to get the ground crawler real quickly. Sorry for the small time sink.
I think when you look at games that are created like this, you know, where there are like a license type of system, and there's also equipment that can be increased in power level, or you can get better or whatever. I think that the difficulty tends to be built towards the most linear path that you can take through the game.
Yeah.
Because I think they assume a vast majority of the players will just story beat to story beat to story beat, so long as they're not like absolutely banging their head into a wall, right? Because not everybody is prone to exploration, right? And not everybody may have the skill set required to achieve some of the things that get you some of the better equipment, or clear some of these dungeons, or do these quests, or do whatever. And so I feel like not necessarily that it's geared towards the lowest common denominator, but I think it's going to be geared towards just the content that has to be completed for the game to be completed. Does that make sense? And so they're not really going to count the difficulty curve based on optional stuff, because it is optional, right? And if they made the difficulty spike based on optional, it is no longer optional. It is not required content in order to complete the game. So,
see, I forget that probably not everyone does a bunch of gets everything they can get in a ruin. It's not that I don't know. It's not that I would consider myself completionist with some of these things. It's more that oh, I see a hall that I haven't gone down yet. I have to go there. What if there's something? I'm compelled to. And I know not everyone will do that. Nope. But I love that Legends rewards you for that.
For sure. Well, and think about this too. What was the release year for this one, for Legends 2?
Is it 2000 or?
Okay, so right at the tail end of, but still in the era of Blockbuster, and you could rent a game. And so there was a bit of design choice that went into games that were like, okay, if people can't afford to buy the game, but they can rent it for the weekend at, Blockbuster.
Normally I would destroy this guy, but I want to show something off, so I'm just going to leave it for now, just so you know.
And do a cool backflip underwater.
Luckily, those are flamethrower beaver bots, and thankfully, because they're underwater, well, they just blow very hot bubbles. Really painful ones at that.
It looks pretty cool though. The red bubbles.
Funnily enough, have their own unique damage numbers. They do a little bit less than the typical flamethrowers.
At least
now, I don't know how those notes survived being underwater, but that's technology, I guess. And I don't know how those treasure chests are just sprinting through the water like it's nothing. Such a technology is incredible, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Those mimics are evil. Those at least one time playing through this game, every time I play through it, at least one time, I will forget that one of them is a mimic, and it will scare the life out of me.
Is there an
We're
obvious
nightmare
spell for
fuel.
what's a mimic and what's a chest in this game?
You don't know.
Um,
That's the scary part.
Oh, so there is no tell. It's just a guess.
Correct.
Until you
Well-
I think
surprise
that
enemy
they're in the
places.
same spots, but you have to remember, if you're playing it fresh,
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
So you don't get the Dark Souls benefit of chain in or chain out.
You get a very unpleasant surprise.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Okay. Our razor, our blaster. There we go. This boss is specifically what I bought everything for. That way, it wouldn't take too long to grind them all down. Because the ground crawler, it's good, but it's not perfect. Can't do everything.
Do their
It'll
projectiles
help
last
for
longer when
future.
you're underwater?
I have no idea.
It feels like they are.
Might just be because of the frame rate stuff, but
Yeah,
it's
maybe it's just
possible.
because they go slower, so it's not like it's how far they've traveled is how long they stay out.
I definitely like the jellyfish Reeboks, like when they're underwater. They look beautiful, like transparent and glow. It's really nice, neat effect.
They did some really, really cool Reaverbot designs for Legends 2. I was digging through some concept art for Legends 2 a while back, and they had a bunch of really cool ideas that didn't wind up seeing like the actual game, but some of them looked really, really cool.
So for these guys, once only one is left, it'll go invincible for long periods of time. So you want to make sure to damage the last two equally, so you don't have to deal with that too much.
I think you'll like those Reebok entries of Mega Man Legends 3, the Neo Dev room, as well as like even the Tuttle entries as well, like Alex. So I think I may show them later. Maybe you can see for yourself which ones is your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I've looked at a bunch of them before. I like seeing these, even for things that didn't wind up making it into any one game or that wasn't in a game that we got to play. I like seeing the ideas that they had for them, what some of the concepts were that they had. It's fun to think about how some of them would have played out, how it would have been to get to fight them and play against them.
I think that would make for like a pretty cool panel or something to do, like at the expo, right? Have a thing, go through the entries, talk about them, question and answer type of deal, and show it off to a bunch of people, and maybe even reach out for some extra info or some reach out to the actual dev team if you can find them on the internet somewhere and be like, hey, can I ask you about this? Or
that would be
I think it'd be
so
pretty neat.
cool.
I think that'd be pretty cool to do.
That would be the coolest.
I'd be happy to give you the link to those entries if you want, sir.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely next week my work schedule is going to be way less busy, so I plan on taking a look at them.
Oh, guys,
I'll
check this
put
out.
on
Check this
on
out.
your message board.
Check this out. Oh,
Super long.
that's what
jump.
happens when you don't beat it the first time and you try to be cute. Little Kaizo moment. It's stuff like that in the second half to where, like, I kind of wonder, did they have as much time to polish this half of the game as they did the first?
Yeah, maybe not.
Anyways, we've done all the side ruins. We are now doing story dungeons only from here on out. Yeah, back to the balancing thing. Now Now, you mentioned that devs don't design games assuming you're doing all the optional stuff, and I think that's fair for a lot of games. For this one particularly, I feel like all of the strongest stuff is mostly buyable in shops. Like there's the asbestos shoes and the flame barrier items that are
Sure.
buyable now that completely negate half of what makes this upcoming dungeon so dangerous.
Right.
After this section, of course. And like they're not like in far-flung ruins, they're just in shops you can casually visit. So I feel like in this case, it's more not quite sufficient play testing more than anything.
And that, I mean, that's definitely like part of it too. You know, like I said, I think the idea is if you make the game playable with whatever the character is guaranteed to come across, whether that's like boss drops, if those are a thing, or, you know, obvious chests to grab in a dungeon, you know, then I think that you'll get a largely satisfied player base. And then you get players, you know, who probably are more like us, where we're like, every nook and cranny, every single dungeon, I want to touch it all, right? And so,
Yes,
you know,
touch it all.
Yeah,
We're ripping up
guaranteed
the carpet.
basically, like, I want to see the nuts and the bolts, right? So we're guaranteed to be overpowered halfway through the game and be good to go. But, you know, I guess I've seen enough people growing up where they play the game, like, they'll go through games like this, they won't buy a single thing in the shop. They just play the game. I'm like, there's like stronger weapons. They're like, oh, really? I was wondering why it took so long. And I'm like, yeah, you were supposed to be upgrading your equipment as you go. Oh, well, I got through it anyway. It's like, all right, good job, I guess. But like,
I have to remind myself, I'm like, I guess they're allowed to play the game and just like have fun like a normal person. Whatever, I guess.
I guess you could just be casual. Jeez.
I guess you could just enjoy it for the thrill of playing a game or whatever.
What's that
That's what I
like?
do.
What's it like just enjoying the game, huh? Tell me. I want to know. Yeah. No. And that's, again, like I said, I think that, you know, except, you know, you get exceptions, right? You get like the Dark Souls series, or you get games like Hollow Knight and stuff like that in that vein that's like, hey, we developed this game for people that want, you know, they are knowingly playing this game for maximum challenge. And
They want
so
to
if
suffer.
you're, yeah, and so like if that's not your style of game, then guess what? You're not going to enjoy it. And that's fine, because not every game is for everybody. Right? And I think that's the other thing to remember too. And like, this is where, you know, sometimes people get upset about a game and they're like, oh, I wish there was an easy mode on this. And it's like, this might just not be a game for you. Like,
You know, I don't
force yourself to play the game if you're not having fun.
We've got a bleeding edge strategy for safely getting the statue even on very hard. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
We miss out the
believe
it.
hilarious
Go.
dialogue from Teasel.
I don't think of myself as someone that explicitly likes games that are super challenging just for the sake of being super challenging, but I do
Right.
like some games that are like that, and I love when a game manages to make me want to play it and enjoy it, despite the fact that it is just a super, super hard game. Stuff like Star Wars Fallen Order. I loved that, and even though it is like ostensibly a very like Dark Souls-ish game, which I'm not directly a big fan of,
Sure.
but I couldn't get enough of it. I wanted to play it on even the harder difficulties.
And I think like when you get a game like I love the Souls games, right? So I love them. I've played them all through multiple times. I've done Soul Level 1 runs, like I've done the whole kit and caboodle, right? I love this stuff. And I like it personally, right? Subjective take. Gaming, your gaming taste is subjective, right? Everybody's is. I love when a game makes me feel like I earned the credits at the end. And it doesn't have to be hard like Dark Souls for me to feel that. Like don't mistake that. But like Dark Souls does a really good job of, I feel so satisfied at the end being like, I did that. And so like, but not everybody wants that. Some people just want to play a game, get a cool story, see some neat stuff, or do cool power moves, or do whatever it is and be done with it. And again, guess what? That's also perfectly valid sensibilities when it comes to wanting to play video games. And I love that we have such a breadth and depth of games, both classic and new, that allow us to cater ourselves to whatever experience it is that we're looking for. Like, there's something out there for everybody, and I think that's awesome. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the best things that we have going on right now in modern gaming. I think is that there's so many independent developers, whether it's a single person or a small company, and they're making games. They're basically making the games they want to play, and other people are like, I want to play that too. I think that's cool.
I love that. Whether you want to play something for 100, 200 plus hours, or you want a cozy 4 to 6 hour game that does not overstay its welcome, it comes in, it tells its story, it does its job, and then just like that, it vanishes into the night. There's something like that out there.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's like, I mean, as much as I enjoy like the Souls games because I like the challenge, I also love like visual novels. Like, I love like the Nonary games and the Somnium File, games like that, man, where it's just story all the time, and I'm basically just watching characters talk. I'm like, I love this.
There are several games like that I really love.
So yeah, I would totally play a Mega Man visual novel. I think that would be awesome.
Some parts of Misadventures of Tron Bonne play a little bit like that. The RPG sections where you're piloting the Finkel, and you're just, it's mostly like 90% just talking to all the diggers and exploring and watching the servbots be silly. Yeah. I would probably play hours and hours of that.
You know what game I played that told me that any game series can get a visual novel and be successful? The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my god, I think I have that in my library.
Absolutely,
I have not played it.
100% worth your time. It's not very long, a few hours at most. Absolutely worth your time. It's a hoot and a holler and a love letter to Sonic the Hedgehog, the series. So like if you're a fan of the Blue Blur at all, then The Death of Sonic the Hedgehog is going to be such a fun play for you, because you're going to just get to see a little bit of everything ever in Sonic. And so, like, they could totally do that with Mega Man. Like, they could absolutely do the same thing with Classic, with X, combine the two, put Battle Network in there, do Legends, add them all, like, just multiverse it together and make a thing. I think it would be a hoot.
Been a hot minute since I had a room that disastrous, but we got through it just fine.
You were doing some awesome swimming in the lava. Like, I'm not quite sure that was the goal, but I think
getting a little anxious.
I gave you an 8.5. The French judge gave you like a 9.6, and then the Russian judge only gave you like a 6. But that's because they're usually pretty stiff about their scores. But you know how it goes.
There's like a little blinking light.
Like fire shoes with you.
There's like a little blinking light on Roll's control panel, and she looks over and she's like, "Oh, Mega Man, it looks a little hot in there. It says here your armor is 800 degrees."
That's what it say. Hey, Mega Man, I got a quick question for you. Are you by any chance on fire?
I think steel melts at that temperature.
It's just Rock. He's just doing the Terminator 1 thumbs up. But no. That didn't happen.
Let's just pretend that was past 30 seconds didn't happen, okay?
What, 30 seconds? I don't know what you're talking about.
I became temporarily blind. It was tragic.
I was too busy doing my Terminator 1 dying in the lava impression, so.
Well, cool. That's very good. Glad we're on the same page.
Okay, but you did try to get an item out of that mimic.
We did see that.
Yeah.
You can't put that back in the box.
You only get one mulligan, friend. I don't know what to tell you.
This is the curse of Mega Man Legends 2. A mimic will trick you at some point. Those long-legged jerks.
It's funny because that is very similar to the design that the Dark Souls mimics use. When they stand up, they have these giant long legs, and then they kick you, like they punt you, and then they eat you.
It's so frightening. I don't know why. It's just It's just a regular treasure chest with big dangly legs. I don't know why it unsettles me so much.
No, yep, it is. It's very disproportionate and odd. So I think it makes sense. I think it's a perfectly rational sensation to be like ugh, about them because they do give me the heebie-jeebies too.
Do not like.
Yep,
Do not like.
Oh, watch this. The art assets are a little inconsistent in this dungeon. First we have dark shading, and we have red shading.
Looks like that.
The lighting completely changed in the span of a millisecond. It's weird.
Somebody forgot to turn the bloom on in that one room. Oops. Yeah, I mean, this was like this was a product, a rushed product, right? The second
Right, shading,
I mean,
dark shading.
comparative to the first one, maybe anyway.
It did. So Legends 2 came out. It was one of the last PS1 games, I want to say. This came out way towards the end of the PS1's lifetime.
Right.
So it might have been that, like, yeah, right around the corner was a time where they were really only going to be releasing PS2 games. This was way back. This was not like it is today. When a new system comes out now, you know, you'll still get cross-platform, cross-generation releases for multiple years, and that was definitely not the case back then.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Were there even any real
Ron, where are you?
games in PS1, PS2?
There were some on the PS2 in the PS2 era. The Prince of Persia series that came out on all 3 major platforms.
I don't mean. Sorry, I didn't mean to say cross-platform. I meant to say
Cross-generation.
Like yes. Sorry, that's the term I meant to use.
That I don't think so. Unless you count like.
Okay, if I may cut in here real quickly.
My bad.
This stalagmite or stalactite normally has invincibility frames, but if you hit it right as Tron is throwing or Bon are throwing an enemy in there, you actually bypass the iframe, so you can get way more damage on it than intended.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
That is really funny. That implies that the things that they're doing to it are subject to the same iframes as the things that you're doing to it. Like, they have to turn off its iframes so the NPC can damage it.
Like it's not scripted damage.
Yeah.
Actual damage.
All right, you guys ready to see the hardest boss to ever exist?
Oh my god, look how long his head is.
This is one of the coolest designed Reaver bots.
Almost resembles like a skeletonized, like a xenomorph.
Don't mind that horn,
Yeah.
it totally exists. I promise you.
Okay, you said the hardest boss that ever existed, and I knew it was either going to mean it was going to be really hard or really easy.
Or the easiest thing ever.
You wouldn't
Be
have said it if it
forgiving
was
of
really
its
hard or
neck.
really easy.
It can't turn very well, so we have to be understanding. This is ancient technology here.
You know what? He's probably cranky. You took away his red slushy.
His energy drink.
For those not in the know, if you try to fight this thing while there's still lava in the room, no matter what, it will at some point just go back and slurp down a whole bunch of lava and heal itself back up.
Oh, gross.
Yep. And of course, you don't necessarily know that when you're playing it for the first time, so you
Yeah.
get the
Hi,
experience.
Data. Thanks for
wasted a bunch
sticking
of time.
around.
Cheeky monkey.
Yeah, like, if you try to fight the guy before you drained the lava, Roll will even pipe in saying, hey, I think it's gonna heal itself if you don't take care of the lava. And if you don't have the asbestos shoes, by buying the resistor chip, she'll even say, there's a lot of really hot lava. I wonder if there's some special shoes I can make to help you out with the lava.
Suddenly the voice actor changes. Mega Man, I wonder if there's some special shoes.
The word "special shoes" is in yellow and it's bolded.
And it's 5 different
My
people
mind.
shouting it at you.
That's
Well, they
all
may
right.
as well.
Shoes.
Oh, hey, you ever see these rocket launching chickens? Did you know they have just as much health as that dinosaur bot did?
That's
See, I
insane.
would
Isn't
have
that
thought
cool?
it would have been fun to have someone other than Roll as your spotter on occasion. Like, I know towards the end you get Matilda for a little bit, but she's also still just mostly very supportive and gentle and sweet. Like, it would be funny if for some reason Tron had to be your spotter for a little bit and she was
I was
just
gonna
really
say.
sassy to you. It's like the transition from Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask, where you have the helpful Navi to the very unhelpful Tattle.
Still rather have Tattle than ugh.
Yeah, Tattle.
I-
Tattle was interesting. I felt things with her. With
I
Navi,
I
just
love
felt
how she's like,
annoyance.
it's an Octorok. What do you want me to tell you?
Navi I have just PTSD from Navi. Just hey, listen.
Oh,
Ugh.
You know what I really want is a version where you get Tail instead of Tattle.
Have you seen somebody's made a thing on? It's doing the rounds on like Instagram and TikTok and whatever, and it's
okay, so if
Ocarina
you're
of
low
Time
on
was
health
made in
or
modern
weapon
times.
energy, you can get these butterfly guys to guarantee some health drops. I don't need to do that. That's something you could do on a casual playthrough. Now, Tron
Filthy cat.
Bonds are kind of running out of money at this point in their career, so this does not have much health at all, and it goes down very fast. So, just to do Tron a solid, I'm gonna do this Buster only. And in that spirit, when she does that attack, you want to lure her into that ring of fire so you can still do the circle strafing strategy you're used to. That's how to do her damageless. There you go.
Speaking of like how the Bonds family are having like financial troubles, like whatever happened to the Gussel shaft? And then like we know they seem the Bonds were able to rebuild it like during like the Five Island adventures, and yet somehow they lost it in Legends 2. What do you think of what happened? Did they just sell
They-
it?
So different people have said different things. On the one hand, we know it gets destroyed in Legends 1. They don't talk
Want
about
to see
ever
some
having rebuilt
iframe
it.
weirdness?
Mission start.
I frame
Yeah,
for-
the same thing
What?
with his other arm attacks. So, if you wanted to do this damageless without any special only, that's how to do it.
Stan and that's funny.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Bonds armor must be really strong to handle that lava.
My headcanon with the Gessel shaft is it's kind of like Team Rocket's giant Meowth balloon, and a different one gets destroyed like every other week.
So are
like
you
to
just
our
telling me-
perspective, they have had the Gessel shaft destroyed one time, and whether it's been rebuilt or not has not been commented upon. And the only reason it's not commented upon is it's so commonplace it is unworthy of mention.
So the first one was real, made of steel. Every other one afterwards that we've seen has just been paper mache. That's what's happening.
Paper mache, duct tape, aluminum.
And awesome light tricks.
It is just
Yeah.
a slightly larger than normal Drock with a bad green paint job.
It's not actually flying. It's like those. It's like the dragon dancers in like Chinese parades. It's just a bunch of people with sticks.
It's a bunch of serve bots with sticks.
With sticks, and they're just carrying paper mache Getzel shaft high in the air. And they've got a speaker on there, but they're actually like in a car, a few hundred yards away, going, "We're up in our ship." That's actually what's happening.
And now
That's
we
my
have
visual
probably the
explanation.
hardest task in all of Legends 2, getting first place in all the races. I'll give each of these circuits 3 attempts. I should be able to get first place on them in those number of attempts, but if I don't, we're going to move on for the sake of brevity.
Look,
Should
as
be
long
able
as
to
it's
do it,
not like
though.
Final Fantasy X and you have to get negative time to get the prize, then I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, there was
so
some... You know what?
I was gonna say I know if I'm wishing for more Mega Man Legends games, I should be wishing for Mega Man Legends 3 or more traditional games or something else. But
You
there
just
is
want
a
Mega Man
part of
Legends
me.
part, don't you?
I do. Mega Man has his little jet
Okay.
skates, and Roll has her cute little scooter from Mega Man Legends
Oh.
3, and Barrett has his bike, and Tron could make a little race car version of the Gustav. I see it in my mind. I want it so bad.
No, yeah, I think that's easy money.
Okay,
That's-
so
that's
break
buckets
right
of
here, or else he'll go flying over that ledge, try to navigate these trees, and okay, go on with what you're saying.
I just my silly desire for Mega Man Legends R racing, basically.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, you've got a good cast of colorful characters, and so I mean, I think you could absolutely do like
Yes!
8 to 10
Got
racers real easy.
That's the hardest course right there, and I got it first try.
Let's go.
Bon
GG.
just
Alright.
gets rebuilt into
Congrats.
a big bulky race car himself.
But yeah, it would literally just be Bonbon's head with wheels. I mean, let's be real. Like, that's exactly what it would be. You could put Tron in a car. You could put the old man in a car. You put Rock. You put Roll. You put you could go Mega Man Legends 1 characters. You could put like the detective. You could do the lady at the museum. You could do the little. All right, this is dark humor, but you could put the little girl in the wheelchair, just racing in her wheelchair. Come on, man. Tell me people would not be trying.
Does that mean that does that mean that donating to the hospital and curing her is not canon?
Yes.
No.
Oh, or she got re-paralyzed.
Oh, jeez, that's even worse.
Okay, messed that one up again. Let's just try it again so we have a nice run.
What if she did get fixed? Okay, let's make it happy. But she kept the wheelchair as just like a reminder to herself to like always remember, you know, where she started and where she is. It's like a sign of growth and movement. But then when it
There
comes
you
time
go.
to racing, she's like, oh, I've been wheeling this jank around forever.
What if
Souped
it looks at first it looks like a regular like kind of like go-kart or something, but if you look close you can see that it's made from like the parts from her wheelchair or something.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
I do
Expect
love
her to
that.
decent glide from Trombone.
I love it before I'd even said that I wanted a racing side game. I do love that you just called it out immediately. You were on board
100%.
with it.
I knew exactly where. Well, I like because it's not a bad idea. Like it can't be any worse than that other Mega Man racing game that they were playing earlier this month. So
I think I've maybe only played that a couple of times.
it looked rough.
I
it looked
like-
I would not have a good time.
I think it's so hard to do a Mario Kart clone and have it be truly enjoyable. I think it's a hard. I think that's a hard
Come on.
formula to replicate.
There we go.
I don't know, man. Diddy Kong Racing.
I mean,
Like
you know
people,
what? Fair.
People claim. Now, I like Mario Kart more, but some people swear Diddy Kong Racing is the superior kart racer on the Nintendo 64.
We go.
so-
There we go. Yes,
Let's-
there we are.
let's go.
You know, Rare knows what they're doing. I will be one of those people. Banjo-Kazooie is better than Super Mario 64. I said what I said.
I can't stand Banjo-Kazooie, only because too many collectibles, but
That's also fair. I love that Bear and that Bird so much. That's the other game series I really want to get a number 3. I would move Heaven and Earth for Mega Man Legends 3 and Banjo-Kazooie 3. But I'm
No.
sorry, not Banjo-Kazooie 3, Banjo 3E. If it's not called Banjo 3E, it's unplayable.
right.
I will have
No.
nothing to do with that.
In chat, Punch Weasel said, like Rockman Battle and Chase, though, I like it because you steal parts from your enemies. I think it's a cool idea. I do like that part. That is pretty neat. Customizing your ride is pretty dope.
See, I didn't even
Not
know you
gonna
could
lie.
do that. That sounds cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
It's just that the tracks are that. I'm sorry, it's not the tracks. The racing physics in that game are abysmal. Is the problem? Like the game, like it just doesn't behave like you're driving a car.
So we need a remaster is what I'm hearing.
Well, I would rather them tap this game for the character. If they're not going to tap this game for the base, then they better do like all 11 classic Mega Man battle map. You know, every robot better be in that game.
You know what? If we're going with something silly and whimsical like a Mega Man racing game, give us all the Mega Mans. Give us all of them.
You could do that. I'm just going to say it better have the Mortal Kombat trilogy on N64 level roster of characters. Like,
All right, it's gonna break in here real quickly.
You good.
So, there's a lot of karma shenanigans that came to a culmination. By destroying the statue, even though I could have spared it, I got myself to a bunch of bad karma, enough to where I could buy from the shady dealer who otherwise would have told me to go away. Now, buying the Reaverbot Eye from him, decreases our karma by even more, to where it's like 21,500 in the negatives. So we partially fixed that by repairing the statue, which also unlocked the racing games. But we're still sort of on the crap list of all of the item merchants here. So if you look at these parts, you see a 20% markup on all of them, which we're gonna eat it for this time. Because if we had fixed our karma before coming here, we would not have been able to talk to that merchant, get 300,000 zenny from him. He would have just said, like, I don't deal with amateurs, sorry. So we had to keep our karma low. But after we complete the 4th dungeon here, we're gonna fix our karma by completing a lot of side quests, which will get the shop prices back to normal, which is vital for buying all the flutter decorations.
Nice.
There we go.
Capitalism quest.
My
Yep.
favorite.
Oh yes. And now for the Bonz's last stand.
All aboard.
Oh, they kind of did with
Fall-
Roll too. They made her look older too. She looks like it looks like time has passed between the last game and this game, so that's pretty cool.
Their
It's too
models
bad that
match the models match the artwork a lot better.
I always see Legends 2 as sort of like it's 1 year after the events of like the Legends 1 game. Sure.
I think it canonically is.
Probably, but I mean, you know, like I said, if Rockman is supposed to be, you know, like a 10, 11, 12-year-old kid, 12 to 13 can be a big change, right? I mean, there's a lot of change that happens.
I think, I think he's 14. But you're absolutely right. Like that's
Yeah, still in that age range, right? Like that where 1 year can be a big difference between what a kid looks like. I have a 14 going on 15 and a 13-year-old. It's happening in front of my face. So like, it is absolutely a major difference looking back at pictures of my kids just last year, you know, or even at the start of this school year and looking at them now and being like, man, you look different.
I mean, we were talking about Kingdom Hearts earlier. You have Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1 who looks like he could be at, like, you know, a bake sale, and then Sora in Kingdom Hearts 2 who looks like he is ready to throw hands with anyone.
Yep. I really like... that was one of my favorite things about playing Kingdom Hearts 2 was...
There you go. Beat him before the laser even fired. That's
Nice.
why I got all of those buster parts.
GG's. But yeah, I really appreciated that Kingdom Hearts 2 starts and Sora's like, my clothes are too small for me.
Yeah.
You know, let's get some new gear. And like they immediately acknowledge the fact that he is older than he was the last time you played the game. And you know, I know there's a game in between 1 and 2, but even if you didn't play that, like it still gets explained well enough and you're like, this is cool.
So much about what they do with Kingdom Hearts 2 feels like a very natural progression of story and gameplay elements from the first game. It feels like a very organic transition.
Agreed.
Yep.
You just
Enjoying a
send
nice
the serve
train
bots to their
ride.
doom.
If Capcom ever makes a Legends 3, do you think Glide will make a comeback?
Oh, I want it
Or more?
so bad. I want it so bad.
He definitely would want to get revenge on the Bonds after what they done to him.
He has to
Come
come
on,
back.
all they did was put him in an explosion. Miss Tron deals with that every time Mega Man blows up one of her mechs.
He
Just gets
has
launched
to
into
come
the
back.
air and bounces off like a cartoon character.
Like Team
Glide
Rocket.
can't handle that. He's not cut out for the pirate business.
That's because she is crushing on him so hard that she can take it. all that
Glide has to come back when it is maximally inconvenient and most fabulous.
So
and then he's got to get one-shotted, no matter what equipment you have on. He's got to get absolutely annihilated. Like he's got to come out
that
of this
cannon
giant
right
grand
there
entrance.
goes off the same stagger mechanic that the mammoth and the crab boss did. So if you do a bunch of damage all in one burst, it basically never gets a shot off at you. I screwed up the range on there, but there we go. Yeah, the Bonds are kind of sitting ducks here, to be honest. Not sure what their plan was here.
Oh, God. I forget that they've got Bon hooked up like a hamster wheel.
Poor Bon. Really getting like the worst end of all of this. Because even like at the end of 1, like they're all sitting on the ship and they're just dragging him behind on a freaking floaty ring. Like, no, you can't get on the ship with us.
There's no room.
He was on an inner tube, though. He was having fun.
Yeah, I guess.
I do like the idea that mech at the very end is just like a half a breath away from sinking into the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we get underneath the ruins and underneath the church. With the Reaverbot apologist who's all, oh, it must taint your soul to slay all those poor, innocent Reaverbots.
Forgive me, Father. I have
Yeah,
sinned.
sure.
Okay, he doesn't say that because I guess I advanced the story too far, but like, he tries to guilt trip into you for slaying Reaverbots. It's like, bruh.
Fiona, can you tell me, I know you said you go faster when you're jumping marginally. Do you go faster when you're using the jump skate, or the jet skates, and you jump while you're using those?
Not faster necessarily, but it immediately sets you up to your maximum velocity. So that's why you saw me doing a bunch of those during the race circuits.
I mean, I wasn't sure if there was a mechanical advantage to it, or if it was also just because, like, you know, it's fun.
Yeah, there's a slight mechanical advantage to it.
I catch air with them every chance I'm able to.
Looks like there's an opening you can
Yep.
get down to the floor underneath you. Except
Now, fun fact, if you slay this elephant, it won't respawn later on, but it's not worth the time.
Unless you don't mind getting a lot of Zenny.
They do actually give quite a bit of Zenny, yes. There we are. There's one of the items for the ultimate weapon, just sort of sitting in a chest. What do you think of this Ruins music?
Beautiful.
It's another hit as far as I'm concerned. I don't think that there's a track in any of the Legends games that I dislike.
Same here.
It's the right kind of haunting.
Yeah, you know what? That's the right way to put it. The only thing I will say a little bit, and it's not even a complaint, is that there are times in the first game where I do kind of appreciate that they don't even have music, that it's just creepy, ambient white noise.
Right.
I prefer that they do have music because there's a lot of really good music, but man, there are some times in the first game that feel creepily like survival horror.
Yeah.
Well, it's the contrast between how everything seems all nice and cheery on the outside, but there's this sort of sinister secret lurking just beneath. Like, you maybe shouldn't be there.
Yep.
Exactly.
No, there's definitely a little bit of like quizzical nature to the song where it's like
Be careful.
something about this doesn't quite make sense type of deal, and you know, what is actually going on here? Like you said, something's lurking
Okay.
beneath the surface.
Here we are.
Feeling.
Sequence
You should be able to
break.
see through it and make an
Okay, sequence break.
There should be a door in that
There
room
we are.
that leads to the next area.
Huh?
If you can't see it, it must be above you somewhere. You can probably see it from the top of one of the pillars.
Hacks.
Here we are.
Speed strikes.
And yep, and if we weren't trying for all the chests, we could just skip a red chest key entirely and just go straight to the elephant puzzle room. But we're not about that life. Okay, now guys, I have a serious question.
Okay.
What is the point of those tower enemies other than to waste your time?
I mean, what's
Lightning
the point of
rods?
what's the point of any of the enemies other than to waste your time?
No, but they just stand still. They're just damage sponges. It's like, what are you guys thinking? And they don't even do a good job of stopping you because it turns out their bubbles don't even fully extend to the walls.
I see these like reports as more like a walking like lightning rods, much like that Legends 3 entry, like the Calamity, I believe. It too had like use of electricity attacks.
I think that they don't all have to be hits. I think that they're just
Right.
cool. They're just cool designs.
The question I always want to ask is like, who keeps these dungeons like stocked with enemies and repairs all the puzzles when you break them? Like that's what I want to. Who's the groundskeeper for
Data.
this place?
He's everywhere in here already. We know
No
it.
kidding, right? Yeah, you get to the very end, and he's already there waiting for you, and it's like, what, you didn't think to just tell me to follow you through the secret back door, bro? Like, come on, man.
Well, it turns out the whole thing is like him testing to see whether or not Walnut is ready to take on Sarah again. I mean, gotta keep his skills sharp.
I imagine the times where Roll does chase after Mega Man in like 5 Islands, she decides she's going to go in, and then she looks over and she sees a second entrance into the ruins that just leads immediately to the end, right where Mega Man is. She's like, "Oh, that was convenient. He really should have taken that door."
Why did you? How did you beat me here, Roll? What do you mean? I just took the door. What door? The other door.
The other door, the one that went straight to the end. Don't know why you went through the other one.
You mean I've been banging my head, shooting monsters, getting burned by lava, shot by bombs, electrocuted this whole time, and you guys didn't bother to tell me there was a second door?
You never listened to me anyways.
It's true. I would have ignored it entirely.
You remember
I'd
all
be
those
like,
times where I told you not to go to the
Roll.
end of that hallway, that there wasn't anything there, that the exit was somewhere else, the refractor was somewhere else? Well, that's why.
It's true. It is 100% true.
You know,
I
they should
do feel
totally
low-key-
do.
I do feel low-key bad every time I do that, and there are times where Roll is literally like, "Mega Man, what are you doing? That's the wrong way." And I'm like, "I know, Roll. I'm sorry. I have to get the treasure chest. I'm sorry."
Now, these guys are completely invincible because the key to unlocking the doors here is to lure them into these holes. Now, interestingly enough, it is possible to destroy one of them if you lure 2 of them in the same hole.
One of the doors open,
and-
Mega Man.
If that happens, you won't have enough elephants to get them in all the holes. And in that case, Roll will say, "Huh, it looks like these guys will regenerate if you leave the room." So you may want to do that. Like, the game's basically saying, "Hey, we know you've soft locked here, so
Yeah.
here's how to
Okay.
fix that."
So 2 things. I love that the developers clearly thought to do that and see if it was possible and decided it would just be easier to add a voice line if the player happens to do this than to intentionally make it impossible for that to happen.
Right.
Also, second, Fionor flexing on us with that dodge roll over there.
Yeah.
I try to dodge
just
roll because
makes
it does look
sense.
really cool, but I have given up on being able to actually get any use out of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the roll in Dark Souls. You get iframes from it, but
Door's open now.
Practice
gotta
makes
have
perfect.
mad skills to get it done right.
This would be one of the only things I would change with the controls would be to give it let me dodge roll in the direction I'm running.
Oh, that would be nice.
Hey, Data, how you doing?
See, I'm telling you, it's him in here.
How did you get here?
Caught in the act, red-handed.
Look, he did it in the first game too. I would absolutely just have smoked Data right away.
Hey, rocket launching chicken. Nice
You're the
day,
bad
isn't
guy.
it?
He's just
By the
sitting there doing
way,
his
this is
little
why I
dance.
upgraded
He's
the
so innocent.
range on the ground crawler, so I can more easily dismantle these guys. Stuff like Salcata.
It's great rage.
What's going on?
And funnily enough, the chicken in this ruin actually has less HP than the two in the lava ruins. So they actually got weaker.
Despite
Powered by
that this
Maggie.
chicken robot look big and imposing, yet things are not what I seen.
Let's see. There we go.
So
I'm
the
not
real
sure what's
question
going
is-
on with that guy, if he's having a seizure or whatever, but we got things to do.
Okay, I can never pick those up that quickly.
Oh. Yeah, it helps if you're behind them. What you want to do is you want to jump, strafe them, so that they can't turn faster than you're turning, than you're jumping. So that's the secret.
I mean, you are just smoking this playthrough.
Well, apart from that one moment where I got smoked, but thank you.
What are you talking about? I didn't see that.
I
You
don't
must be
know.
talking
I
about.
must
You
have
must be talking about the
imagined
time
it.
you got eaten by the mimic. That's what you're talking about.
Reading for this one. Something's not right.
But yeah, thank you. That means a lot to me.
You're doing well so far. Like he's just halfway through on the time.
Some kind of platform? Mega Man, get on the
Such cool boss designs.
I like how this one has a bit more of like an organic feel than like your typical.
I like how this boss theme is like a remix of the one from the intro boss. Remember? One with the long arms.
Oh yeah. I mean, the other thing too is this is like clearly kind of the Yellow Devil, or I guess the Rainbow Devil
Right.
approximation.
Yep.
Which is such a fun throwback. Like it's different enough that it's not just 3D version of Yellow Devil, but if you
Right.
know the history and you know what you're looking at, the parallels are clearly there.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I think it's
Yes, keep going past its empty health bar.
Keep going, Mega Man.
Okay. Now, how to make sure to sell some stuff. And here, we're finally gonna fix up our karma. Now that we've finally gotten the 300,000 from the shopkeeper. And we're gonna also get 100,000 Zenny by selling the Turbocharger Omega. It's like more valuable than half the chests and all the chests in the dungeon itself.
Ash money, baby.
Yeah.
You know what? That's how they keep building the Gacha Chef back. Is it's that Rock and Tron are secretly already in the relationship, and he just keeps giving her money to fix it. That's what's happening. They're already dating, and he's just like, "I got you, babe."
Well, I think the Bonds were able to have a convenience store for a while. They seem to be profitable, as well as they have like a giant like refractor at the end of Legends 1, and somehow
Right?
Diesel had sadly swindled it all. Unnecessary stuff.
Yep.
Mega Man actually enjoys fighting all of the Bond mechs and stuff, so the serve bots have decided it's like a public service. Every time after a boss fight, there's always one serve bot with a tip jar.
He actually grabs the head of another servbot and just turns it upside down, and they're like, "Donations, please."
Oh my god.
That's what happens.
Okay, so to fix our karma, first we have to repair the village in Manda because our reputation still stinks enough that if we try to give the items to Shu to teach her kids, she'll just reject us because she'll just tell us to clean up our act and to get lost. So we're gonna get 5,000 karma by donating to this little girl here. And the moment we enter a building, our karma will get reset. So once we get to the end, right here.
You know it's bad when you cannot give free things to someone living in half of a burned out hut.
Fact.
Yes,
They're
indeed.
They're taking the moral high ground over you.
They're like, we're needy, but we're not that needy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's
Rather be
the
broke
Zenny
than a
test I
scumbag.
couldn't get before.
Or simply
now
just
that
make
we've
man's
got-
armor. Sorry. Or simply
now
make
that
man's
we've
armor
gotten-
more likely looks dirty, needs some washing, polishing by the looks of it.
Mega Man's soul
Oh.
needs some washing by the looks of it.
Oh yeah.
That too.
So now we've gotten our reputation restored enough that Shu will accept some teaching materials from us. So we're going to take care of that. Then we're going to go to Nino Island and give a cute little piggy to this lonely girl. And then after that, we're going to buy some of the cheapest Flutter decoration items, as well as some nice gifts for Roll, to get a very special scene. There we go. Yeah, I think once we give the cute little piggy away, that'll recolor our armor to something close to how it was when we got started.
Nice.
I wish there was a way you could get like other special weapons aside from going to deal with that shady dealer. I wish there was an
I do
alternate
too.
way.
I never liked playing the heel in my video games. Like, I always feel like I gotta do these weird rationalizations for why I would do that, but
Alright.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
I conceptually like when games let you choose to be good or evil, but I never choose to be evil because doing bad things makes me feel bad. The only time
Yeah,
I ever
of
had
course.
fun was, what was that Star Wars Online game where I played a pretty bad bounty hunter, but he was still like nice to his friends, but he
Yeah,
was
the
a
Old
jerk
Republic.
to everyone else. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was legitimately fun. I did have fun being evil in that game.
I'm trying to think of what game I ever took probably I did a playthrough of like Mass Effect 2 on the heel path. And that's only because even Heel Shepherd still fights the bad guys. Like, and I feel like a lot of other games, and I mean, I guess in this game you would too, but I feel like a lot of other games, it becomes like the ludonarrative dissonance between the bad actions you take and then you fight the bad guys, whereas Heel Shepherd is just a jerk, but he's still like mostly doing the right stuff. He's just an ass to everybody, right?
See, that's what I want in a good and evil, air quotes, optional gameplay. Like most games that give you the good and evil, it's like the evil, it's like your choices are like, do you want to do the regular sane human thing to
Ooh,
do. Or
new
do you want
toolkit.
orphans
That means
to
he got it.
starve?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Do you want to save the kitten or do you want to throw it into the wood chipper? I mean, why are those the only two options?
I know. I'm like, who decided that there was that this was compelling?
Yeah. That's you know what? A game that did it. Another one that did it really good was. Did you ever play Infamous on PS3?
I did. I think I've played. I want to say I've played all of them. I know I've played the. If there are more than 3, I know I've played 3 of them.
Yeah, there's 4 of them. Infamous 1 and 2, where he plays Cole, and then there was
Second Son,
and then there was First Light, which was like a spin-off of Second Son. It wasn't like a full length, I don't think. It was where he played the girl. I forget. I don't remember what her name is.
I have not played that last one. I've played the other 3 though. I did like those a lot. Those were good.
But in the first one, there is a choice. I won't spoil it. I know it's an old game, but I'll try not to spoil it. But there's a choice you have to make between who you're going to save, and like you have to choose to save one or the other. And saving one of them is the bad guy move. And like, but it's not even the bad guy move. It's just like it gives you the bad karma for the choice that you made. And it's like it's tough to know, which I loved. Like I loved that the choice I made ended up being the air quotes wrong choice, and I was like, wow, that's actually a very compelling story beat right here, that I made this choice and the game credited as the bad choice. I'm like, that's good writing to me. I need more games like that.
Moral ambiguity.
Here we go.
Fallout 3 has a good example of that, sir. Like I think one of the add-ons that have like sort of scenario where you have to do like there's sort of situation where it's neither right or wrong. Oh dear.
Wait a second. Did you just walk in on Roll and change the room and make
Yep,
a fist
sure
bump?
did.
In the bathroom, of
That's
course.
how you know that the official writers ship Roll and Mega Man,
my gosh.
not Mega Man and Tron. Like with Tron, he just always kind of looks awkward the whole way, whereas with Roll, he's like, yeah, fist bump, woo!
So it's creepy on a number of levels that I'm not going to dive into on this marathon chat. But...
No, don't worry though.
Let's keep it PG.
Mega Man had his own unique identity before he ever met Roll, and he's not an adopted son. He's an apprentice.
They're not related in this game.
Just ask. No, it's okay. Just ask a Rexeldon if you ever want the full explanation as to why.
No, I'm alright. Still weird.
I love this boss theme so much.
There's a cool boss like arrangement, like the arena and the fighting type. Like,
I mean, you're fighting Gold Mecha Lugia.
I'm about to say this looks like a Pokemon.
It does. It does.
Those were about to be the words that came out. This is like a Pokemon battle.
Pokemon Gold and Silver came out around 2000 or at least 1999 in Japan. Oh, close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pokemon movie with Lugia was literally Pokemon the movie 2000.
Yep. Mecha Zapdos. This is yellow. Oh, dude, Zapdos is my favorite Pokemon.
Based.
But I have to fully admit, too, I've only ever played officially 2 Pokemon games, and that's Blue and Black 2, and that's it. So,
I will say, if you ever get a hankering, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are masterpieces.
I'm currently doing a Soul
so
Lock
if you
with
get
a friend of
close to
mine.
this guy, he'll have a tail whip attack that he'll sometimes... Come on, there you go. That's a good boy. He'll have a flamethrower attack, but if you're too far away, you can just kind of do this.
Jumpy, jumpy.
Okay. There you go.
Is he just locked?
Yep, he's just locked.
Nice.
His
Strats.
And
his yell, his like death throw yell is so harrowing.
I mean, like
That-
it looked like some sort of mystical being or like ancient, entity type of deal. So I'm not surprised.
Dude, the concept art for Gats and Geats' Reaverbot forms is crazy.
I always wondered, like, Gates was able to, like, I know, yes, he just tried to.
No, hey,
test it
look,
with
another
Mega Man,
piece of
but
the ultimate weapon, just in a
Gates actually
random
was
treasure
able.
chest.
Who was in charge of putting the stuff in the right place?
You
Somebody
would
needs
have
to get
thought
fired.
that, like, you would have thought this would be in like the S-class ruins or something, right? Now that we've gotten our affection rating with roll all the way up, we get a 10% discount on all special weapons. So instead of spending, what was it, 500,000, 550,000 zenny, we instead only spend like 47. I'm just gonna play the game. You get a discount. That's what I'm trying to say here.
It's still like the net capital income of like a small country.
It's like we don't do
Yes.
math on the radio. It's tough.
Yes. Not when you're trying to do a game.
Yep. Nope. Too many moving parts.
Yes.
And if you're like me, too few moving brain cells. So
Exactly. Oh, hey, Data.
Nope.
What's up?
The shining laser, without the energy
This is
being
where you can
upgraded
get
at
your
all,
whole backstory if you want, but we're not going to do that.
the shining laser still, if you haven't upgraded the energy, it lasts like half a sneeze.
Yes.
I say, like, is it really even worth pursuing this air quotes ultimate weapon?
I mean, if you max it out, it does arguably make basically anything you could use with it trivial.
Whatever it hits, it destroys.
I do have a question here. Like, when Gates had actually destroyed himself in a way in his last ditch effort to kill Mega Man, do you think it's possible he might ended up like Gats, like Yuna's like a servant, like same way like a pro. He simply Gats actually became more of a computer program after the fight with like Gates.
Okay, come on, Mega Man.
Well, he assimilates with the capsule that gets them up to Elysium, and then I think he stays assimilated so that he can fight against what Sarah is doing in like the computer system.
That was a clean no-look jump, by the way.
Yep.
Always curious about what happened to like Sarah's like servant after this. Like, did he like may have become a program just like Gats?
I don't think. Well, I mean, they're both dead at the end of the game. Gats gets destroyed when Sarah retaliates against him on Elysium here, and Geats self-destructed when he wasn't assimilated into anything, unless we got like some kind of plot twist and one or both of them has survived, which honestly would make their deaths feel a little bit cheap, but I would completely overlook it because they are two of the coolest characters. I would take them back alive in a heartbeat.
Well, I mean,
Like,
it wouldn't be a
honestly-
Mega Man game if we didn't, recycle the same boss 9,000 times with Wily and Sigma. So, definite possibility that was the point.
I also feel like when your death is mystical in some way or like meaningful, if there was some kind of self-sacrifice, you're always allowed to come back. Always.
Sure. Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball.
One headcanon idea I had that I thought was cute. I'm not saying I would really like it, but it was cute, was when they get rescued from Elysium, Sarah has secretly been trying to regenerate Gats and Geats based off of like a backup of them, but she doesn't have enough time to do it. So when they get back to Earth and they open up the capsules, Gats and Geats are like 8. Like they remember everything, but they are in the bodies of like 8-year-olds, and when they try to turn into like their big Reaver
Oh,
bot
I
body,
love that.
you get like a tiny little like Latios Pokemon-sized version of their Reaver bots.
Right.
By the way, those guys are invincible while they're on their backs, so that's why I hesitated there.
They take a lot of damage. You are really... The Shining Laser is pulling a lot of weight right now.
It is. That's why I needed the attack upgrades.
Like, on regular difficulty, even with really good weapons, some of the Reaver bots in Elysium are an absolute slog.
Well, I don't even think, when we were talking about scaling earlier, I didn't even think about that. Is the scaling that you were talking about the same in normal difficulty? Like it ramps up really hard after that first half?
Yes, it ramps up really hard for all the enemies of the game after you get the S license. But does it, like I said, for all the enemies of the game, including the ones at the beginning, back when you don't have a lot of options for your attack. So it kind of ends up to where, like, the enemies on very hard, for example, are so bulky, they're not even worth fighting.
Right.
Then in the second half of the game, they're not taking that much more time to slay, so the difficulty in this game is very front-loaded. Once you're past Glide's base, you're kind of good as long as you remember some of the Kaizo stuff in the Salcata ruins.
I have to have another interesting...
And then you get to Sarah, and then all of a sudden she's one of the hardest final bosses in the entire franchise, so it kind of balances out there, but still.
There you go.
Speaking of Sarah and Yuna, I have another interesting headcanon like for Elysium. Somewhere in this space station, there's a special facility where, in case for emergencies, they can repair or even replace like the bodies of any server units, or as well as the mother units. Like, for example, like when Yuna's body's damaged, like Yuna simply brought it back to Elysium and we got it repaired. And once it's all ready to be used up again, but Yuna simply use it as a backup for Sarah for temporary purposes until they can repair Sarah.
By the way, those guys have no warning. Like, they are completely invisible. Like, even the control panel thing that lets you figure out where the mimics are, they don't help you for that. It's pure trial and error with those guys.
Okay, well, I feel less bad for always walking into their open mouth then.
It's kind of scary these days. Jump scare, I would say.
These guys will normally spawn a whole bunch of flaming doll things, but if you get them at just the right distance, you can bypass that problem entirely.
Nice.
Mother units hate this one simple trick.
That's right.
Unless you don't mind grinding Zinni.
Okay, hyper cartridge, there we go. That's why we didn't need the energy upgrade that most speedruns do. Because we need we are actually going to revisit Earth. Or this is through to get all the rest of the Flutter decoration items. That's when we'll get our energy upgrade for Sarah herself, but until then, we can make do without any energy upgrades at all. As long as we're smart, of course. I'm kind of intentionally taking damage there just to bunch these guys up. There we go. Yep. And there we go. There we go. Now it's there we go. And we have all the Zenny we need, so that's why we're skipping a lot of it, but always get the ammo upgrades. That's what's gonna keep us fresh throughout all the rooms here. And this is actually one of the places that's very different in a hundo run, because if it was just any percent, you'd only have one room with those spider bots, and that's it. if we're getting all the chests, we have 5 of those fights, so a lot more combat. And I don't know why I can never get that the first time.
It's like trying to plug in a USB
USB.
cable. Yes.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: you get it wrong the first time, even if you get it right, and then you flip it, and then it's probably wrong again. And you flip it back the way it was the first time, and then it suddenly takes, and you're like,
It's the curse of the USB. You know, fun fact, those could have been designed to work both ways. It was just cheaper for them not to.
I'm kind of glad that they designed them the way they did, because I would imagine it would be something that either moves or retracts, and I can only imagine how often that would break.
There are some like charger cables that plug into USB-A ports, and they're double-sided, so they do just plug in. They plug in securely.
Right.
It doesn't like jiggle
okay,
around or
there we go.
anything. It could have been great.
So what I've always found funny is that in those sort of invisible barrier rooms where there's this white wall of energy that you hop through to get the chest, there's also control panels at the back to where you can use it to change the gravity settings, but most efficient path through, you never have to mess with them because you'd use it to decrease the gravity, but you've already done it.
It's a
I don't know
it's a
if that
red
makes
herring.
sense, but yeah.
It's a
Exactly.
red herring. They're tricking you to thinking that you need to use it because it's there.
Exactly. Funny that way. We are. And there we go. That is... We got 2 more of those roly-poly guys with the 4 limbs, but they're really easy to slay, so we're almost done with all the combat in this area. And fun fact, in this room, if we hadn't done a lot of the mandatory fights, you'd have these butterflies spawn in once I get this chest and leave. But since I did a whole bunch of fights, they don't spawn. I don't know why it works like that, but it does. The giant refractor is needed for being able to quickly get out of here once we go back to Earth without having to go through this entire dungeon again. Think of it like a waypoint. And I love this next area, just the sheer atmosphere of it all. Yep, sure did.
Looks like you've made it to the residential area.
This has just such good end of an RPG game area vibes to it. It's just the right amount of surreal and out of place and wrongness.
This reminds me of the arena you fight Dark Falls and Phantasy Star Online.
I've always gotten vibes from like the final fight against Kefka in Final Fantasy VI with those golden clouds.
That too.
I feel like I saw someone not that long ago somewhere had shown like pictures if you look out past the edge that it's not really water, it's like rock down there. Like it looks it's deceptive in how it looks.
Who knows?
There you
Like,
go. Proto-Man agrees. Talk about Dark Falls from Phantasy Star Online. This looks like the arena that you fight him in, because when you first walk in, it's a field, you know, it looks cool, then it's all crazy, and then after you win, it's a field full of flowers. But it's the same very, like, the music is real, like, what's the word?
Yes.
I don't know, like,
Somber.
yeah, like, but breathy at the same time. Like, it's just very like, I don't know. It's good. I like it. I don't really know what the word for it is, but it's something.
Look, it's
a
the
cool-
master.
Building where the master lived.
Shame we can only go into the master's house instead of like see like what's inside these smaller ones. That would be cool.
I love the theme for this boss refight arena here. So horrifying.
Sarah's simply throwing everything at you, I would say.
Hmm?
Like Sarah's like throwing everything at you, like hoping to stop you. A frog box?
She clearly doesn't have a lot then if that's the best she had to offer.
I mean, it's the stereotypical refight the
Oh
bosses.
hey, 100,000
part.
Zenny? That's another thing she threw at us. Don't know what the plan there was, but she is throwing everything.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Hmm?
That's nice.
She's
of
giving
Sarah.
us a fighting chance.
Mm-mm.
And then next, we fight this slime boss. Now, you have to be very particular in how you do the shining laser. You have to do it from far enough away to get the sort of double hits. Otherwise, it won't do as much damage, and your ammo won't last long enough to get through this. At least, not at base ammo like I have.
So wait, you
Get
get
very
double hit
far
if you're
away,
far
there you
enough
go.
away?
Yeah, it's due to hitbox shenanigans where you're hitting multiple hitboxes at once. So you're kind of doing double damage if you do it just right. It's the exact same thing. Like, you know how when I used the ground crawler on that bird boss back in Nino Islands? Like, I had to intentionally go out of my way to not destroy it so I could show off what the padded armor Omega did.
Yeah.
It's the same deal here. There we go. Okay. And now we're just gonna wait for it to die. Eventually.
Making good times.
Yep.
This game is so pretty.
Indeed.
There we go. Nice little bathroom break there.
I'm gonna be an old man yelling at a cloud for a minute here
Yeah.
and say, I know that today most people's biggest beef with the Legends series are the tank controls, which I simultaneously, like, you know, I don't have issues with the controls. I think they're fine. But also, like, that's a valid complaint for people to have. I remember a long time ago, like, as early as, like, the PS2 GameCube-ish era, the popular opinion was the graphics in the Legends games had aged badly at that time.
Oh, no.
That
They aged
broke
amazing.
my heart.
Yeah, I don't think that's a solid take. I think it's a bad take.
Well, I mean, at the time, that was a very, very different time, and every little advancement in technology made things look better. I do still disagree with that, and I don't think that that's a popular opinion anymore today. In fact, I very regularly see people say the exact opposite, that it's aged very well,
Right.
and I see people regularly give Legends its flowers for its very ambitious use of like facial animations and forced perspective on the facial textures.
Right.
It's good to see. It's good to see that.
It's the same thing with like Wind Waker, where like it aged well because it was never trying to look realistic to begin with.
Right.
It's just its own style.
Yep.
Wind Waker stylistically is perfect. Everything in the world of Wind Waker looks consistent with itself. That's a visually flawless game.
And that was absolutely not the take people had when it came out.
No!
Holy crap, man!
People were
hating
so
that game
mad.
so hard.
People
By the
wanted
way, fun
photorealistic Ocarina of Time.
These jellyfish actually fire more than twice the amount of projectiles here than they do underwater in the Nino ruins.
Okay, you know what? That makes me happy to hear, because that would be one of my only complaints, is if they didn't have any different, like, features or unique abilities about them. So that's cool.
Yeah. It's something I never realized until I started doing the damageless buster only guides, where like originally I was just gonna skip these refights entirely because I thought they were just the same things I already did videos on, but then I actually went through them and I like, is it my imagination or am I suddenly not able to dodge these guys' attacks anymore?
So
And then it
question,
turned out I compared them and yeah, it's different. What's the question?
if you didn't have to worry about the 11 billion projectiles that they're shooting at you, can you hit
Yeah?
more than one of them at a time with the shining laser?
Oh yeah, that's the speedrun strat. Like, you basically just find the right spot and just damage boost through all their attacks with the energy canteen and fried chicken while you slay 2 at the same time. It's actually one of the scariest, it's the scariest fight in the entire run for that entire reason. Because you could lose your world record right there.
Right?
Now, yeah,
Going
I
up.
wanted to show off like how you would actually beat them if you weren't trying to take damage. So I did them buster only.
I'm sorry, the mental image of Mega Man mowing them down with the shining laser with one arm and just eating an entire rotisserie chicken with the other.
Oh, that's brilliant. Wait, no, even better. Taking a swig from his water jug or energy canteen. Like he just got done with a football game and it's halftime.
He's just like, gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah.
It's hot under
Gotta
all
keep-
his armor.
Gotta keep my laser firing strong and straight.
Kentucky Fried Bird bot in one arm. I'll say, swaps out his other hand with an actual rotisserie spit, and it's literally just spinning. And it's just going like a ear of corn.
By the way, listen to the music. Right now it's normal, but the moment I put this in, you hear those drum beats? That's because there's enemies now. Yeah, see, the game changes the music slightly when there's enemies around, like Pikmin.
That's a pretty cool little audio cue.
Okay, so we're just gonna take a small break from saving the world. Sarah's gonna just have to wait a little more patiently, because we're gonna decorate the flutter.
You know
Oh,
what?
and
This seems like
also-
the perfect opportunity to do something like that when, imminent danger is on the horizon. I think we should do a decoration party.
Yeah.
Almost makes me sad. This almost makes me sad. Like, I can just imagine Roll thinking, well, Mega Man must not be that worried. I'm sure he'll be back soon. He was just decorating 5 minutes ago.
And also, let's see, sell some parts. There we go. Then we get... I don't count these as 100% because you can sell them immediately after. I only count things that are like permanent upgrades.
Okay,
Which is why the
I think-
decoration items are... Because you can't sell them once you buy them.
I think canonically, the bonds open like a small restaurant to make extra cash at the beginning of Mega Man Legends 3. I think it's like fish and chips or something.
Remember that.
My headcanon now is that Glide's Bird Bots open a competing restaurant business, and that's
Oh.
Kentucky Fire Bird Bot.
Kentucky Fried Bird bot.
Yeah,
Finger
He
looking
is
good.
petty enough to do that.
Delicious.
In
Now
Legends
then.
1, there was the burger joint. That's true.
Now that we've bought everything we can for Roll, let's take a look at our handiwork. Now, if you look up, you'll see the spinning sulfur bottom. You'll see this lovely gnome painting. You have a penguin right there. We have fresh new wallpaper. We have this lovely mirror for her to do her makeup. And we have this awesome looking cactus thing. But we're not done yet. See, Roll was so happy she decided to do some redecorating. So, if we look in Barrel's room right here, you'll see a lovely antique pot, a nice little painting of whatever the hell that is. And if we look in our room right here,
No, it's a world map. Nice, like an atlas.
we have the brand new, or this Game Boy looking thing, which I don't know what that is. We have Cap. I think that's Capman or whatever that is. Some franchise the kiddies are into. I don't know what it is, but
It's the classic Mega Man.
yeah, it's classic Mega Man to do that.
I don't
So
think
now
I'm
that we've admired
beautiful.
all of that, we're gonna go back to saving the world.
I don't think I noticed the cute little PlayStation laptop thingy in the corner there before.
Oh, wait, we also have to upgrade our energy. We also had to do that, so let's take care of that. Oh shoot, I was supposed to get a hyper cartridge. Ugh, I got too carried away again.
Okay, guys,
Well-
here's the real $1 million question. In chat, please feel free to chime in. I'm legitimately interested to hear what people think about this. If Mega Man is a gamer, and we'll say any game that exists in the universe, no matter what company, is real in this context, what's Mega Man's favorite game?
Bubsy.
Bubsy?
Yep.
Well,
That's a good one.
absolutely.
I don't know. I just wanted to go with the most trolly answer I could think of, and that was it. Mega Man enjoys Arrow the Acrobat. Or maybe Obelix and Asterix. I don't know. What do you think? What would Mega Man play? I mean, does Jump and Shoot Man want to play a jump and shoot game? I mean, that's the real question.
I don't know.
Maybe he's a sports guy. Maybe he's just
I
playing
feel-
Madden all the time.
I feel like Roll...
Oh, okay,
likes-
okay.
like-
You know what? You know what Mega Man likes?
What?
He likes Mega Man because if you read Barrel's diary entries, they'll say that the reason they named Mega Man was because Roll was in charge of giving him the name, and she named him after her favorite anime character. And then Barrel's just like, well, I tried to get her to change her mind, but nothing to be done. He's Mega Man.
Yeah, but I
I thought
mean,
he looked like
Mega-
a Zachary, so...
Well, to tell you the truth, this is the English localization, not the Japanese version.
Oh, well, okay. So what is the Japanese version? I know what it is, but for the sake of the joke.
Okay.
What happened in Japanese?
Oh, me?
You know what happened in the Japanese version? Why they called him
Yes.
Rock?
Well, like, it's sort of like it rhymes with roll. Like, barrels, everything. Well, rock and roll. Get it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He actually came up with Rock's name. And there's this awkward pause in his diary. There's like these ellipses, and he's like, yep, that's what I called him.
I think
It's
I
a
think-
pun. It means
Do a
rock and
barrel
roll.
roll.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Roll would like the Madden sports games, the Call of Duties, she would like all the fighting games, and then Mega Man is playing like Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley.
Playing The Sims 4.
Yes.
And taking the ladders out of pools. Like a psychopath.
Mega Man's playing the slice of life games.
He's playing
And
Alpha's
Roll is-
boyfriend. That's what
Roll
he's
is
playing.
online being an absolute troll.
Being a super savage, calling out noobs.
She's
No, it's
being
Roll,
mean to
Roll and
the kids
Tron play
online.
together.
Yes, no, exactly. She's being mean to the kids online, but then the camera goes over and the kids online she's being mean to are the serve bots.
The serve bots.
Run!
Oh, that's hilarious.
Girl, beat us again.
Oh,
So you're saying, oh, that's why Tron's mad at her. That's why Miss Tron says that she's two-faced, because she's seen some of the posts that Roll puts online, and she knows
she's
not quite the sweet, innocent flower that Mega Man thinks she is. No, she's got a dark
her
side.
in Xbox Live chat.
She's found Roll's subreddit.
I've heard what you said in Xbox Live chat. I know who you really are. You can't fool me.
By the way,
I said this the other day.
Notice that the Shining Laser is doing an unusually pitiful amount of damage to this guy. That's because he has more iframes than most bosses. That's why we usually empty out the Shining Laser on all the other refights first, and not this guy.
I gotta say that the Shining Laser got a massive visual facelift for this game. Like, it's legitimately pretty.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, I had made the call during the Mega Man 1 worst percent run that the Bonds were actually the saviors of, that island, because they were trying to stop this scumbag Mega Man from, stealing the money from this guy and destroying the village and all the things that he was doing. And people just misinterpreted it, the whole
Do we need a spin-off game from the Servbots perspective where Mega Man's actually like really scary and mean like they imagine he is?
It's the Servbots fighting Mega Man as a boss, and he's big like that last boss that you fought.
It's like how they always act really afraid of him, and you finally see him on screen from their view, and he's big, and he's got like fangs and red eyes.
That would be hilarious. Here's what they really need to do. I need a game where we play as the Servbots, but it's like Patapon.
You know what I would like as a side little spin-off? One idea that I've had for like a game jam or something is
so
basically...
in order to get the double hits on Sarah, you have to shoot right underneath her bra thing, or you have to shoot right at like the top of her panty things. That's how you get the double hits on her. No, I'm not being gross. That is actually the truth.
I mean, that probably makes sense because she's probably split to where, like, she's got a top half and a bottom half of her model, and they have separate.
That's exactly why.
Boxes. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just kind of funny how that works out, I think. Like, because that is shockingly realistic, but also it's just like, you do kind of wonder about what the devs were thinking a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, does the design kind of like replicate like a bare midriff kind of deal showing? So if this was a flesh person with armor on and there was no armor there, that's exactly where I would hit too. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm putting my arrows at.
Spin-off or fan game that I want. I want Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, but with Data.
I don't want Data to do anything. You know what game I want Data to be in? Ape Escape, so I can catch him in a net.
Oh man,
tell us how you really feel.
I just want to catch that little bugger in a net. And
come on,
take him back.
You want a Data Tamagotchi so you can starve him.
I'm not a psychopath. I'm not going to do that.
There you go.
I just want to put him in a cage. That's all.
Okay, and for this one, you want to aim just slightly above where those dots are on the hem of her dress. I can't hear the audio very well, so I didn't hear the girlish giggle she gave. Speaking on that, you want to make sure you're not using the lock-on unless you absolutely have to, because again, it's on the same audio channel as the target lock, so sometimes you'll drown out her voice clips, and it's the only way you can otherwise tell when she does the same movement for the slam waves attacks there, but also the laser rain attack where she tries to laser you, or the one where she just charges you like you did. They all have the same basic starting animation. There we
So
are.
weird that those
And
that
now,
those audio channels
how to
overlap.
dodge a hardest attack in the game.
Oh yeah, I give up trying to dodge this, and I just scarf down whatever healing items I can.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize the secret was to just not move.
Yep.
Didn't know that.
I
There you
just
go.
feel like a total failure now.
It's one of my favorite like betrayals of video gaming is the games always, teach you to be jumping and moving and shaking, and then they're like, here's the thing, and so your immediate response is to jump, move, and shake, and it's like, no, the key is just to stand still. Oh,
Yeah.
GG's.
Now, I don't know if we have extra time or not, because I'm not good with time zone conversions, but if we do, I can show you guys how to do the S license test, and also how to do Sarah Buster only. What do you all think?
Well, we got coming up next. We got more Mega Man Legends action. As I say, I don't think we have extra time, so we've got maybe 5 minutes, but we got to do switch over and all that other fun stuff.
I don't mind to stay as long as I can.
If I could do the S license in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, would that be okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's do that. Sarah, unfortunately, takes almost 10 minutes to do Buster only on very hard, even with the best Busters. Yeah.
No.
That is brutal.
Yeah, if you got something that's 2 minutes, I think we can squeeze 2 minutes, but that's it.
Yes, okay. So. We can do that. Well, 3 minutes, but yeah. I made a save file just for this.
As it is, you finished just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Well then, good to know.
Yeah, and you finished well under estimate too, which is good.
Good. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Here we go. There we are. Little shaky there, but everything went well. Mostly. Here we are. Let me go here. Now, this isn't really a problem because for this next room, we can just sort of throw guys into the purple generator things. And our Buster, this will wear off by the time we actually have to start shooting again, so we're good.
I did not know you could throw those little snake dudes.
Oh yeah, totally. There you are. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now we're back on track. This does mean that I have to fight the bosses at the end in a more conventional way, but that's still gonna be easy enough. Yeah.
Oh wow, that went down way quicker than normal.
Oh yeah.
I was severely doubting how much extra damage the little snake guys would do, but apparently it is quite a lot.
I'm gonna be a little more conservative than I normally am, just because I took so much extra damage. But we're still gonna get this done. We'll still get this done in a reasonable amount of time. So stand right under that guy. Okay, usually those go right over me, but... Oh, wow.
Whoa!
He deflected back at you. That was crazy.
Okay, let's... If you stutter step, you can make the status ailments wear off quicker.
My video froze just a little bit when you landed on that Reaver bot. And so I got a nice freeze frame of Mega Man facing the camera after he was thrown, and it was like one of those like record scratch, bet you're wondering how I got here moments.
It's awesome when stuff like that happens.
Yep, that's me on the moon fighting a bunch of malevolent robots. Bet you're wondering how I got here.
There you go. They kind of merge together, so you can take them all out in one shot.
Elf, like they're merged, you mean? I didn't know that.
Their hitboxes are just like totally overlapped, I guess. That's usually how that room goes when I manage to make it through here.
There you go. Now for the green guys, this is gonna be a little more nerve-wracking than I predicted it would be. Darn it.
You ready?
Oh!
Okay, here's how to actually do it, if you don't mind me rewinding for a bit.
Sure.
There we go. Okay. Okay, whatever. So now we switch off to another thing?
Yep, we are about to switch over to Mega Man Legends Chaos Mode. So,
Alright.
Fio, thank you for running Mega Man Legends 2 Very Hard Completions Mode. That was really good.
Is it alright I can
Thank
say
you.
something like before the stream ends?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. If anyone who happens to be a Serbot during the development of Mega Man Legends 3, the Neo Dev Room contests, or even you did some like a Turtles Legendary Travels entries, if you want your works of your pictures or descriptions of them to be preserved, please come talk to me. I'm on like megamanwiki.com. I have like some like social media spots like X or Discord. I do looking forward to talk to anyone who would be interested in like seeing their entries be preserved. Thank you, and Mega Man Legends never die.
Right on.
Peace.
Much appreciated. And yeah, so we're going to transmission. Ha 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 ha. I'm reading and talking at the same time. We're going to transition over to the intermission screen real quick so you guys can check out some of these excellent videos for 20X Expo. Don't forget, this whole thing is for Mega May, the 20X Expo Kickstarter. If you have not backed it already, please consider taking a look and pledging. There are multiple levels available to you to pledge. Or if you have already, tell your friends to pledge. Tell them to throw, 10, 15, 20 bucks that way towards the thing. We got 9 days left to go. We are getting close to the goal, so let's get at it. Stay tuned, everybody. More Mega Man Legends content coming up right after this.